for Discourse Syndicate. I'll be steering the ship tonight. Now, let's say hello to the chat. Hello everybody. I am young Hexter. I make TikToks. I am very excited to be here.
Hey! What are you doing up here, boy?
Me?
What are you doing up here? Hey! Did you swab the decks?
No.
Did you swab the decks?
No.
Did you empty the buckets in the brig?
Yes, I did.
Did you restock the rum?
I did all the chores you asked me to do.
What are you doing up here? Did you kill some of the rats?
Yeah, I killed some of them.
You killed some of the rats?
Yeah.
All right. Can I hear an R at least from you?
R.
How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, young Hexter.
I am doing very good.
I'm having a little trouble hearing you. Can you guys turn the volume up a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. It's a little low.
All right. Well, all right. We're trying to fix it.
Yeah, it's almost. Let's see.
Can you hear me good?
Nope, it's still low. Still low. It's almost like that mic isn't working. Like some other mic is taking over. It may have switched. You see the cog right there on the bottom of your screen. If you click on that, it has audio preferences. You click on the audio there, and then where it says mic, make sure that that's on the proper mic. There you go. Yeah, I've lost you. I've lost your audio. Now it's even worse. There we go.
All right.
That's it right there.
All right.
Now I can hear you, buddy.
All righty.
There. So you're looking over at the screen there. There we go. All right. So, dude, we are excited about your TikToks. What? Tell us first of all, young Hexter.
Yeah.
How in the heck did you get into crypto?
My two uncles were talking about it one day, and I started researching stuff on it,
You started researching on it, huh?
Yeah, I started researching a little bit on it, and it's pretty good. My uncles helped me with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like research and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so research. So how old are you to be sitting there researching?
I'm 10.
You're 10, and you're doing your own research on crypto.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Boy, I wish that's what I was doing when I was 10 years old. Oh, my gosh.
That's more than all the other influencers are doing with research.
Oh, God. Anyway. One of the cutthroats. That was one of the cutthroats. That was KNTX, if you didn't know. He was giving you a compliment for being a researcher at your age, which most crypto influencers don't do their own research. Did you know that?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know
most people go to YouTube and stuff.
They just go to YouTube and they don't read, they don't do shit. Sorry, we gotta watch the pirate's gotta watch his mouth. So they don't do their research the right way, right? Couple YouTube videos and that's it. Oh, we lost your audio again. Tell your uncles they got to get your tell them good job on the research, bad job on the mic.
Good job on the research, bad job on the mic.
There we go. Now you're back.
All
okay.
right.
So, all right. So you started doing research. Now, what made you think Hex was a good thing to research?
Well, my uncle,
Mm-hmm.
he staked some from me when I'm older.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually like wanted to get to know about it more, so that I know about it. So when I'm older, I can actually I know what's going on with the hex and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to be only like 24 years old when your first 15-year stake comes out, right?
Yes. Yeah. I know that.
I got like underwear that are older than 24 years old, right?
You do? It must be pretty stinky.
Everything I got stinky, bud. Everything. When you get my age, everything just stinks. But okay. So you did your own research. Your uncles helped you out. They're stakers. They staked you a 15-year stake for just because they care about you and you got good family. So hats off to your uncles, first of all. Now, so what made you decide you're going to go and do TikToks?
There's so much people on TikTok that I don't know. They're like people on TikTok. There's so much like hex TikTokers and stuff. There's so much TikTokers in general. And there's like over like at least 1 billion people on the app. So that gives me like a huge chance that people are gonna see my videos and stuff like that. Yeah.
So that's why you did it, because you're like, you know what, I can take these guys, right?
Yeah. And the people on TikTok, most of them are like really nice and stuff. Also the Hex community.
You like the Hex community, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw you had I saw you had this morning, you had about 26 followers, right, on TikTok?
Yeah.
Where are you at now?
Let me check. On TikTok?
Yeah, let's see where you're at on followers. We're gonna change that tonight, buddy.
All right, let me check my TikTok. All right. I still have 26.
You still have 26. Yeah. Oh, the shame of the Hex community. Watch this, buddy.
Shame.
Watch this. We've got some people that are going to be going and they're logging into TikTok right now. And if they don't have it on their phones, they're downloading it right now and they're going to start following you. Let's give everybody your call sign on TikTok so they can follow you.
It is Young YUNG dot HEXTER.
Young.Hexter.
Yep.
So it's at young.hexter.
Yes. But
and that's
without
his
the O.
Yes, without the O.
Yeah. Young without the O.
Right on. So you decided you're going to start TikToking. Now, what inspires your daily TikToks? Do you go like do some research? Do you watch a specific show or something like that makes you go do your TikTok, or what is it?
My uncles, they help me with like my channels and stuff, my TikTok.
Nice. Oh, you got a Twitter. That's right. You do have a Twitter because that's how we were talking. So, yes. Okay. So they help you. You guys get a subject and then you just throw it out there, right?
Yeah, basically.
How long does it take to make a talk?
To make a TikTok, my last TikTok took about 3 or 4 tries.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to throw a basketball backwards.
Dude, I saw that. You nailed that. It only took you 3 times to nail that shot?
Yeah, I've been playing basketball for a bit. So that's basically why. Nice.
That was a shot. I saw that. Let me see. Yeah. I'm gonna throw the link in the channel for everybody. Because tonight is
I already did it. I threw it in the Cutthroats channel at least. So
okay. Well, get out of here. Hold on. I'm gonna be done with my man here in a minute. KNTX wants he's excited that you're coming on here. I'm gonna let him on in a second, but the captain gets to talk to the guest first for a little while, and then everybody else can have at you. So I got some questions for you. So you made these TikToks. Everybody freaking loves them so far. I'm sure a bunch more are going to start liking them now. And we're excited to have you as part of the community because you're our youngest influencer. How's it feel to be like, yeah, bro, you're the youngest.
I'm the youngest Hex influencer?
Yes, you are. I mean, come on, dude. What do you think? There's somebody younger than 9 that's going to be out there doing this? What do you think? There's an 8-year-old going to show you up? Maybe a 7-year-old?
No.
No way, right? I think you got this, bro. I think you got this. So you're our youngest influencer to date, and you're putting it out there. You're throwing it down. We're proud of you. The Hex community is behind you 100%. We're gonna get you some follows, and we're gonna get some people getting your talks out there, man. And any time that you want to come hang out with the Discourse Syndicate, you're welcome, man. This is sometimes our content is not rated for kids, but whenever you're around, we're gonna make sure we clean up the decks and put the pirates away and make sure that they're being on their best behavior. And you can come hang out with us for a little bit anytime you want.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, I got a couple more questions for you, real quick. Yeah. Just a couple. I want to test you, right?
All right.
So what kind of hands do you have?
Hands.
Mm-hmm. Do you have weak hands or strong hands?
Strong hands.
There you go.
Yeah.
What would you do with $1 million?
Me.
What's that?
I would probably stake some Hex.
You'd stake some Hex? Would have to buy the Hex first, right?
Yeah, I would buy the Hex and then stake it.
That was the next question. What would you do with $1 million Hex?
Oh, I would stake it.
You would stake it, right?
Yeah.
Why? What does Hex do for you when you stake it?
Basically it, like, when I stake it, I get it when I'm older, so.
You get it when you're older.
It pays me daily.
Yeah,
so it pays me daily.
So when you stake Hex, you get more Hex is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So Hex grows like puppies, right?
Yeah. Hex grows like puppies.
All right. What's your favorite car?
My favorite car.
Yeah, you got a favorite car?
I'm not gonna say Lamborghini.
Attaboy.
Stereotype.
Yeah.
Tesla or Nissan.
A Tesla. You just made a
bunch.
You just made a bunch of Bitcoiners really, really mad. Really, really mad. Okay. Do you know what a maxi is?
Bitcoiners.
What's that?
I know. I said I'm sorry, Bitcoiners.
You don't have to apologize to them. They don't deserve your apology.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what a maxi is?
No.
Do you know what a maxi is? No. Okay, I'm going to teach you. All right. But Old Pirate's going to teach you something. So now there's these guys out there, and they're just Bitcoiners. They like the old trashy technology. They just can't let go of it. It's been in their bags for so long, rotting in their bags, that they just got to keep holding on to it. Did you ever see the Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Do you remember that thing called Gollum, that little creature?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, memories always my precious.
In a long time.
Well, think of those as the max, as Gollum as the maxis, and they're just holding on to their Bitcoin like it's his ring, right?
Yeah. That's
what the maxis are like. They're just these little creatures that all they can care about is their little precious Bitcoin, right? Okay. And they don't understand.
That can only care about Bitcoin.
Yeah, so that's what a maxi is. And they're just these sorry little creatures. And we don't hate them. We just feel sorry for them. You know what I mean? You can't really, they've been like tricked into it, and they're sick. They're sick people. So we just got to kind of like let them be. And maybe one day they'll go jump into the volcano with their precious, and we won't have to worry about them anymore. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's what a maxi is. One last question for you before I bring the Cutthroats in to say hello. Okay. What is your favorite watch?
My favorite watch.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite watch yet?
Rolex.
Hey.
That's the only watch I know.
Well, that's okay. If that's the only one you know a good one.
that isn't Spider-Man.
Okay. Well, the old pirate's going to teach you a couple of things. All right. So you picked a good watch because those watches go up in value just like Hex, or they'll keep their value as long as you don't screw them up, right? Put them away. They're one of those things that kind of stores value, kind of like gold. They won't get a lot of value, but they're all right. They're kind of like Bitcoin, right? Yeah. Then the other thing is cars. Let me just educate you on cars real quick.
Okay.
Porsches, man. Porsches. Do your research and look at Porsches, okay? The old pirate likes Porsches. Oops. We lost him. Where'd he go?
His battery was flashing red at the top.
Oh no, we lost him.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll come back. All right. What's up, dude?
We'll hold a place for him. How are you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's FN Hangout.
Dude, it is. It is Friday night. Been excited. Can't wait to hang out with all you junkies. And
I was glad to get young Hexter in here, man. He's been TikToking, and everybody out there, if you don't have TikTok, download TikToks. If you got TikTok, go out there and follow young YUNG .Hexter on TikTok, and go follow him. He's out there putting content out, and he's one of our future Hexicans. He is the future of Hex. So go follow him and support the young lad. He's doing really great stuff. He's got some smart uncles.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't throw this up. This is not building bridges, but this is kind of hilarious.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know what? I'm all for building bridges, but I'm going to stick people in the eye when they deserve to be stuck in the eye. And I'll tell you what, BitBoy's performance on Nerd Girl's show was pathetic. She did a great job of asking him some tough questions. She's always really good at asking tough. When she first met us, she asked us tough questions.
Yeah, she did. She grilled us. It took her a while to become a Hexican. She did her research first. She
didn't just jump right into being a Hexican. She wasn't like convinced, she grilled all of us. She grilled Richard. She's on top of it. And she did the same thing to BitBoy the other day. And he revealed some things, I think, on stream that I don't know if he wanted to reveal. So if you haven't seen that stream, go watch it. And there's some reality in there about what influencers do and how they're paid and how everything's, So, that was a revealing interview. And
it was in many ways.
In many ways.
So thank you, Crypto Hut. Hut Crypto here has been a longtime supporter. Keep it up is what his sticker says. You can't see the super sticker in our chat when we bring it up, but in the chat you can see it says keep it up. So thank you for the €5 or that. I'm sorry, that's British pounds. So appreciate it, sir.
Is it a lira? No, it's
it's lira.
One grin to rule them all. Good vibes. Hi, everybody. Hey, what's up? Hey, everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys coming. Let's see. We've got the Cutthroats coming in, and hey, we've got a great crew showing up already.
Yeah, we do.
We do. And if young Hexter comes back, hey, if you come back, buddy, you're welcome to come back in. But I know it's getting late for you, and you've got to hit the sack. But anytime, man, you're welcome. You're welcome to come hang out with us.
Without doxing themselves, I want to know who these two uncles are. So
I don't know if they're gonna let us. I don't know if they're gonna let us know. They were like they didn't show me who they were either. In the green.
That is funny, but you know what? I'm proud of those uncles, man. They got the kid's future in mind.
They do, and he's gonna be 24 when his first 15-year stake is done, bro.
Yep. That is so great. Dude, with that kind of money at 24, I'd be dead. So hopefully he's more responsible than I was.
Just thinking I was getting that kind of money when I was 24, I'd have been dead by the time I was 20.
Yeah, right? Just knowing it was coming.
It was coming.
Yep.
All right, let's bring up the Cutthroats, man. Let's bring them all up. We got Papa B, we got Timmy B, and the Joker. What's up, buddy?
I love that laugh. I can't get over that laugh.
Yes, laugh. What is good, man?
Oh, he gets me going, man. freaking love it, man.
I was hoping to stay on when that kid was on. I was gonna be like, "Hello there, little one."
Yeah.
Yes, we're crazy in our own ways.
You won't be able to sleep for a while too. That's nice.
He's gonna have nightmares.
Hey, can you get a message out to young Jexter's uncles? I got a 10-year-old girl, and we got to set them up so I can capitalize on that in my old age.
Oh my god!
She brings her own staking ladder, by the way. There's a quite.
He's sending his girls out now.
That's not cool, Papa B.
That is not cool, Papa B.
Yeah.
Arranged marriages.
I'll give him this credit though. At least he knows that his daughter isn't going to have to support that family. So
Papa B's pimping out the kids already.
Dude, someone's got to keep her off the pole. Come on.
Oh! You're worse than I am.
yeah, that's right.
That's strike 2 right there.
And I thought I was the
We
filth
haven't even
comedian.
we're not even 10 minutes into the effing hangout, and he's already in the brig twice.
We already have one supervillain in here. We don't need you vying for second place.
Ooh-wee. That was a hot one. Oh my god, what's wrong with this
Didn't expect
conversation?
Didn't expect that.
But listen, that kid is gonna be such a lucky lad when he gets to be 24.
Yeah, absolutely.
15-year stakes at his age. Oh man, you think you would have been dead? I would have caught everything under the sun.
I think this is a smart point. The best age group to teach crypto is to Young's age group. They want to learn and are open to new knowledge.
Yep.
Yeah, they grow up with this nascent technology. That's like us. That's like us. Well, I can't say us because you're too old, Captain RG. But I grew up with a computer in the school, so we were like used to technology when we got older. But
Bro, we had Macintoshes.
I remember the old Macs.
We had the big
original,
box.
E2s.
The big
Yeah.
5.0
20
floppies.
I remember the big flop. I remember playing Oregon Trail for the first time on
I think
the
there
big
were
floppy.
5.0s and 3.5 floppies.
Mhm.
Can you imagine mining crypto with that kind of technology?
Doing the if
With the
then
cassette
stuff
tape
and
drive?
all that.
Cassette tape drive mining crypto? In the
Yeah.
VIC 20 era?
that
Does
was
anyone
that was the
remember that?
Commodore 64 was when it was
Oh,
on cassette.
You
tape.
did a whole
Commodore.
power plant.
Yeah.
Commodore 64 is the best, man.
Commodore 64 was on the tape. Yeah, I remember
Oh,
that
yeah.
with the cassette tape.
Yeah. Does anyone ever remember the intro to coding to teaching the turtle to lay a track where it went, and later on you could.
Dude, we didn't have
actually control it, too.
graphics. We just had
I know.
freaking
You guys
green
had all
screen.
MS
Command
DOS.
line.
Yeah.
We had green screen DOS shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
Oh,
it,
yeah.
man.
Oh
Yep.
man, yeah, I've operated on that a little bit. Not too much though. Not too much.
Yeah.
It was we were
Technology's
doing
come a
like
long way. So if we
if-then
can,
stories and shit.
so if technology can come so far in such a short period of time, why are we still trying to push Bitcoin as historic value? old
We're
beta
not.
technology.
We're not.
No,
We're
not
not.
us. Not this.
Did
stream,
you
that's
see
for sure.
Michael Saylor lose his shit today?
I did too.
Oh my God, you could just see the stress in his face. I mean, it was coming out in his words too, but he's just stressed out. And
How much did he lose?
Only $1 billion. No big deal.
Oh! I'd be mad too.
Yeah.
Hey, who thinks that the quarterly report for Tesla is going to show that they shed like all their Bitcoin?
Oh, that's gonna be
Because we're not
cool.
going to know until that time, right?
That's true. He wouldn't say it up front. Why would
What's
he?
up, Gary?
Gary.
So that's an interesting topic. I just heard the last bit of was, do you think it's good for crypto as a whole, including Hex and Pulse, that people like Michael Saylor, people like Tesla promote Bitcoin, even if it's not a good thing? So Robert Kiyosaki was tweeting like crazy also about the discount and the purchasing opportunity of Bitcoin because he compares it to gold and silver and guns, right?
Mhm.
Do you
Took him a lot of years to get there too.
do you think it's better to onboard and then try converting, or do you think it's better to just have a direct message that Bitcoin sucks and you should be in this other thing?
Well, I think that's what's going to have to happen until we see like a black swan event, something bad happens to Bitcoin, or somebody prominent actually lays it out like Richard does, and I mean, somebody who has pop culture, appeal or whatever, like a Joe Rogan or something, goes out and says the truth, or has Richard on. I mean, it's going to take some type of black swan event to get rid of this whole Bitcoin is the thing narrative. But they're not gonna change. They've all got bags now, so now they've got to defend it with their lives, and that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, if you onboard people onto something that gets them wrecked, well, then you're going to have, a prejudice against Hex. So it's like, why even try to, introduce a different brand?
Well, what percentage of the people that, let's say, if they are onboarded in the past 6 months, they committed, they saw, hey, Tesla this, Sailor that, this investment bank, they're getting involved. I can buy a share, right? Like Grayscale or something like that. Are they really onboarded? Because they're still trusting a center party. It's not really crypto. They don't really have claim. Just like the people that buy paper or CME, silver or gold, or the ETFs or anything like that. We begged for the ETFs to come into Bitcoin in 2017. We begged. We're like, please make it an ETF so it makes it easier for Granny to get in. Right? We begged for it, honestly. And so now, 3 years later, we're annoyed. We're like, oh, yeah, they are doing that thing we were begging for.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
like
it all depends. I think it all depends on
following
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, what you're describing, Gary, are people just getting on a bandwagon rather than getting into the actual crypto space.
Right. And I remember 2017, we begged for that because we had bags.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends on what the message is, right? So obviously if they're maxis, they're going to convey a message where Bitcoin's everything and nothing else matters. But if they're actually a responsible party and they're saying, hey, there's other things out there too, do your research and teach the people how to do it, then I think that's a better message, but it all depends how it's conveyed.
Being back and forth.
I think it's both.
Do you guys know who Meet Kevin is? He's a popular, like Steph Graham #2 kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's also running for the governor. He won't win, but he's running for governor of California right now.
Yep.
So I'm in email conversations with him, trying to get him. He says he will do an interview with Richard. Whether that's going to be, he confirmed on email that he will do it, and he's going to reach out with Richard. Of course, he's going through a political thing, so I don't know that he doesn't backpedal on that commitment. But I have emails from him saying that he'll do an interview with Richard.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's good, because I can't even get in front of Kevin. So I don't know what ends you used, because I tried talking with him. But I think even a better target than him is Andre Jick, because he likes Bitcoin. He's on the same Millennial Money show. They have their own podcast where there's 4 of them. Jeremy Lefebvre, Meet Kevin, Graham Stephan, and Andre Jick.
Can you say his name again?
And so
dude,
there's too many consonants and not enough vowels. I'm not really sure. I mean, I say that and I don't have any vowels in my nickname here. But anyway, so I think he's a lot more pro crypto than the other 3 are. They're a lot more stocks and bonds and real estate oriented. But he's not a Bitcoin maxi because he likes Ethereum, but he's more open to some of the other coins. And they just did a whole campaign. He just did a whole campaign. Actually, all of them jumped on the Doge campaign and boosted his following by like 40,000. From like 200 to like 46,000 or something, because he held when it got up to his holdings of Doge got up to 3 million before it dumped to 1.8, and it's about where it's at right now. But those guys were willing to talk about it, and it's like, man, if we could just get a real financial product in front of these guys who like legacy finance, like love legacy finance, and have a whole podcast over it, it'd be really nice to have some smart Hexicans get in front of them.
Isn't Meet Kevin like heavily subsidized with all of his sponsors from like Webull and everything? Will he really see Richard for nothing?
So
these guys don't have. They just do affiliate links. They don't have sponsors. They're not actually sponsored. They have affiliate links.
No,
They want
but
you
I
to
mean,
click
meet
on their
Kevin.
Webull link.
Yeah, meet
So,
Kevin always.
KNTX asked what up my N was. So my N was an indirect contact, and then started the email conversation. It's not like a lot; it's just 2 emails. And the reason why he said yes was because I sent him the Hex Rewind 2020 video. After he watched it, he said, "Yes, let's do it."
Okay.
So that was influence. I'm not saying it's Richard. I'm not even saying it's Hex. I'm saying it is this community that influences people. And that video is very powerful.
Well, he was showing off Pro the Doge's Robinhood Doge account. And I actually, I'm not sharing it with the rest of you guys, but I actually on Twitter was messaging with him, and I sent him a screenshot of my staker app and said, I put Pro the Doge to shame, and here's why. You got to check out this app. You got to check out this product. You got to check out Richard Hart. Nice. So I'll have to keep following up with that then.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys notice little young Hexter did a tweet a few minutes ago saying that he needed to go do homework, and it's a picture of him holding a screen with a Richard Hart live stream on it.
I love it.
That's good homework.
I retweeted it and I said, now that's getting an education.
That's cool. What's up, Johnny?
Johnny Chaos.
Hey guys, I'm on a hunt for one of those elusive Hex scam victims. I hear they're around here somewhere. I'm still looking.
Oh boy,
I haven't found one yet. You guys haven't happened to see any of those?
Who got on your Twitter now? What happened?
Yeah, it's interesting that nobody has come up in 3 or 4 years of hearing about Richard's content. Nobody has come up about South America stuff. Nobody's come up about I used to sell stereos out of my front yard and this guy got money out of me. Nobody's come up with any enterprise that Richard has come up with, and they would be public. I mean, if there's ever an opportunist that said, I was the one, here's the document, here's the proof, here's the papers. If Bitcoin people or whomever wanted to influence someone, hey, just come to the front. We really could use you politically. None of those people have risen, and I don't think they exist.
I agree. Hey, Johnny, did you cut your hair yet?
No, it's still there.
That guy on Twitter, man. I saw that and I'm like, oh, all these guys got.
Yeah, I was throwing down earlier. I'm like, you would have better luck. You'll have better luck finding Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny having a tea party with a leprechaun on a unicorn in the Enchanted Forest than you would finding any victim in Hex.
Yeah.
Johnny, what's the next bet? What's the next haircut bet that you're going to lay down?
I say, which is first? If we get any takers, which is first? Bitcoin to $100,000 or Hex hits 10 cents?
No, Hex hit 10 cents for
Oh,
sure.
Come on.
Easy.
Yeah.
You can bring Hex up a little bit more on that one.
What kind of short position do we need?
Bro, that's a 2x, man.
I got to spot them points now because they're down to 38,000.
Yeah.
It's not the same move anymore.
Yeah. So there's I've been doing a remodel. Like I've destroyed like 3 different kitchens that are going through right now, and I'm still on track to be out of the property by like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So I haven't been paying attention to the streams as much. What is the consensus on like participation and the Pulse launch and things like that? What have you guys been talking about the past couple of days? Anything that's a narrowed down topic?
Let's.
I noticed that
so much
the
to talk
Pulse
about.
website has been updated with a lot of information about the characteristics of the Pulse chain. Bran and I had a discussion over the last weekend about our personal approaches towards Pulse, and but other than that, I'm not familiar with any like actual factual updates.
Hold that thought real quick, guys. Young Hexter made it back. What's happening, buddy?
Hello.
Hey,
All
We
right.
got this mic issue again.
I think we got a mic issue again.
Mic issue?
Yeah.
It's a little low.
Got the right mic.
Put your uncle's face towards the camera.
Yeah.
Tell him we're gonna slap him right now. It's time to slap him.
I mean, it looks like he has a stream set up. He got a whole mic and everything.
Oh,
Is he a streamer?
There he is.
Yeah,
There it
I'm
is.
a streamer.
like a Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, I'm a streamer. You
No,
know
that's
this?
not it. What happened? Who's?
What?
Now
Nope,
we hear the
that's-
fan of the computer.
Yeah, we can hear the computer fan. Tell him to turn the mic that he's got inside the computer off.
He said to turn that you got inside the computer.
Oh, that's better.
Much better.
It's better, but needs to be louder.
Yeah. Well, you probably have a gain control.
He's losing the
Make-
the connection to his.
Make
other-
your volume grow up.
Make the volume grow up.
Can you imagine a live stream with a whole bunch of 10-year-olds on it just talking about Hex like they're masters of it?
That's every Friday night. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Papa Boner's 4.
Oh, watch your mouth. The kid can hear you. It's Boehner while he's
It's
on.
Boehner.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
There, now we can hear you.
All right, good.
Oh yeah.
way better.
Tell your uncle that ain't cool that he blocked the camera. We couldn't see for a second.
He said that ain't cool that you blocked the camera. He couldn't see for us. He doesn't want his face being revealed.
Oh,
That's what it is.
one of
Gotcha.
them. He throws his nephew out on stream and
Yeah.
hides his face.
That's because he owns Chainlink. Just be honest.
Is he a is he a maxi? Tell us. Is he a closet maxi? Is your uncle a closet maxi?
He said, are you a closet maxi?
Oh my gosh.
What kind of hideous face deformity does he have?
Hey, we can get him to say anything, guys. Let's try this.
That's nice.
All right. Yeah, I was told a maxi is a little creature of Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
A little
Okay.
creature. Is his uncle? Is his uncle Wales only? All right, guys. You got any questions for young Hexter here?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
was it your idea to start a TikTok, or was it your uncle's idea?
It was mine and their idea.
Okay.
They originally asked me if I wanted to do it, and I was thinking about it, and I decided, yeah, I want to do this. This actually seems like really fun.
That is so cool.
My
So
man.
I just started researching on it and stuff like that.
Well, you're in the right place because we don't have a huge presence other than Super Hex and a few others that are well known in our Twitter community that are using TikTok as a platform to get the message out. And a cute, adorable little face like yours probably that's the right place to put it. So it's a great place for the messaging. Finally, some class in the stream.
Hey, young Hexter, in the future, you're going to take a class called economics. And when you do, we want you to stand up in the middle of the class and say, I know something better. It's called Hex.
Okay.
Don't say it wrong.
Just do that.
Oh boy, we're getting him in trouble already. Here we
Or
go.
not.
Have you, young Hexter, have you seen the animations of the man in the top hat? Have you seen the cartoon explaining
Yes, I
Hex?
have.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Do you recognize any of those characters? Do you know any of those people? There's a guy that wears a bandana. Do you know that that's RG3?
Yeah, I think.
And
That's
you know
RG3.
Hexologist? Yeah.
Yeah, I know the hexologist. He liked one of my tweets. And
Nice.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, little celebrity. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's
Oh,
a
man,
couple
we lost
people
Joker.
that did it.
Thanks, JoJo Walker, for the $10 Canadian.
You spelled hex wrong, Jojo.
Yeah.
Just to let you know.
I read that.
Yeah. Here we go. Hex autocorrect. It was autocorrect. Autocorrect fixed it.
Yeah.
So
A retracted
mad
super
love,
chat.
JoJo Walker. Sorry, we
Thanks, Jojo.
literally just lost Joker for some reason, but I know you're part of Nations 13 and you're part of his community. So awesome to have you here. Gotta take care of something, Joker, is what Joker said.
Uh-oh.
So
He had to go potty.
Probably.
probably. He had to go fix his makeup.
So you're an official cutthroat pirate now, Hexter. You are.
Yes.
You're official. We're gonna make you. We're making you one right here. Now you can't go in the cutthroat room. Okay, we can't put you in there yet. But you are part of. We're gonna make you honorary cutthroat. All right.
Yes, sir.
Because the cutthroat room it gets a little.
It comes with a peg leg and a wooden parrot. So
yeah.
A wooden parrot.
A wooden parrot.
A wooden.
Yeah.
Oh, Kinetics might get booted too. Wooden parrot.
So what about you, Hexter? You got any questions for the Hex community, for all the streamers? You got any questions from them?
No, other than one question. Okay, here it is.
What's that?
Richard Hart noticed me.
Notice me.
Not exactly a question, more of a shill, but okay.
You want
Hart,
Richard?
Can you please notice me?
We'll get
question.
We'll get Richard to put your TikTok out there, okay?
Oh, that would be insane.
I think we might have a little pull with the big fella. I think so. I think we might have a little bit of pull somewhere.
I think he likes us a little bit.
Little bit. And I'm sure he likes what you're doing too, because I don't know of any other crypto community that has such a young, brilliant mind that's out there sharing the word like you are. I don't think that they do.
Yeah.
I think you're unique, buddy. I really do.
Yeah, I am unique.
And you're a pirate.
Yeah, a pirate and unique.
Kinetics is
I
unique.
could ask for.
Easy.
Not much more to ask for, that's for sure.
Yeah, except for me to be 24.
You know what? Like every other kid in the world wants to be 21. You're 18 and then 21. You're going to be like, forget, I don't care about 18. I don't care about 21. I'm going for 24, guys. 24 is my time.
Yeah, 24 is the time that I will be successful.
You're already
I think
successful,
you're gonna be
buddy.
successful long
Yeah.
before 24, my
Yeah,
friend.
you're going to be way more successful than that's
All of us combined here on screen by 24.
Yeah.
Stick with us, kid.
Much for having me. Thank you so much for having me. I'm still a kid, but I kind of gotta go.
All right, buddy.
Hey,
All right.
like I said, anytime, Hexter, and we'll everybody out there, tell everybody how to go ahead and shill your link, buddy. Tell everybody how to get to you.
All right. So twitter.com/young Hexter without the O. Just gotta make that clear.
Well, I just followed you, buddy, on Twitter. I got you. Yep.
Yeah, same here.
Oh yeah, my TikTok is young.hexter. Yeah. That's basically it.
Right on.
That's all.
We appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for joining us tonight. Tell your uncles thank you.
Yep.
For introducing you to the world.
And go fix that maxi problem that they have, okay?
Yeah. I'll try.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming. We'll see you.
Well,
Take it
goodbye.
easy.
Bye.
All righty. Good night. Wow. That is so cool.
Freaking dying, man. Oh, and he's got his shit together. Good Lord, man. That is awesome.
So, thank you for updating me, Papa Boner, about the PulseChain thing. It also made me search for PulseChain. If you look on Google and you put in PulseChain, you know the whole top page is only PulseChain. There's no conflict. Unlike if you look for Hex, there's all kinds of other words and things like that that might be similar or used in the past. PulseChain is very interesting. If you do a Google, you could share it, but if you do a Google, you see that there's Apple Podcasts, there's reviews that people could be leaving. That actually helps with a lot of the algorithms. And anybody that sees, if you do a search for PulseChain, the word, just take the moment to click on it, because you're telling Google that that's a confirmation that your search was successful in finding the thing you were looking for. So when people say, why does this other thing rise to the top? And why is it that that's the first thing you found? It's because people like in our community should just click the links. Even if you already feel like you know what's going on with PulseChain, I clicked just now on the Apple podcast. There's 88 episodes. Does anybody know that there was 88 episodes of PulseChain Richard's content on Apple? Well, there is. So go through Google, and if you just put in PulseChain without pulsechain.com, Telegram comes up, everything comes up. And the more participants from unique IP addresses that touch those links and stop there, it tells Google that that's the correct information, and that's why their search engine is effective and gets advertising dollars. So everyone should click the links. Is kind of my point.
Good.
But yeah, you should do a search just to see the top 2, top 3 pages is only PulseChain related stuff because it's a unique word.
Well, that'll be on my to-do list.
Yeah,
That's exactly right. Making a note as we sit here.
there's 90 episodes. I had no idea on Apple, on the podcast for Apple. That's really cool.
That's cool. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I got to do it in a roundabout way because I don't have an Apple phone.
Nor I.
From a laptop, but the Telegram, the Reddit, the question, all Hodl Dog, he's really kind of killing it with the videos on people that stop and actually look at his content is what makes him go higher. Like on Google, if you're looking for all things, that tab, then you can look at videos, and videos is pretty much Hodl Dog is the one that gets the most views.
Wow, this is.
He's I think
Russian.
Yeah.
I think he's taken over Crypto Coffee as #1.
Yeah.
Hex YouTuber.
So basically, I mean, again, so Crypto Coffee knows a ton about SEO, but I think Hodl Dog does also. And you are, again, you're basically telling Google there's this brand new word in vocabulary. It's called PulseChain. And the more that you can tell Google that it was successful in giving you the content you wanted. So if you do a search, you click on a link and then you go back and then you go back to the next link, you're kind of telling Google that was the wrong thing. That's not what I wanted. And then it's AI basically reconfirms or denies that result and then doesn't feed it to other people, right? Because it's learning from your experience. So initially, if all of the Hexicans, all the people that pay attention to this content, whether it's Pulse or Hex related, you should go through and click the things that look like they're feeding you the right information from Richard, from Hexicans, whatever. Hexican channel. I mean, it's saying things. Oh, there's another thing. If you look on the Apple podcast, which is at the bottom of my screen when I just did the search, and it goes to the Apple content, it says copyright in Hexarico. I was like, dude, this is awesome. All kinds of stuff.
Cool.
Really, yeah.
Thank you, Balliot Brand, with no comment. But we appreciate the 369. Thank you, sir. Big time supporter of all things crypto, Hex crypto anyway, and all of the streamers. So we appreciate you, Brand. It's always good to have the brand hammer. There was a comment earlier. I don't know if anyone saw this one when Captain was asking young Hexter if anyone was younger than him. Someone in the comments said, I think Bran is.
They might be right.
My powers of deduction, I reasoned this out the other day, and I realized I've never seen Bran in the same place that I've seen Ski Cat. Never, ever have I seen that.
Right.
Ski Bran.
It's like you've never seen me and Batman in the same room. I'm just saying.
Just saying. Yeah.
I got to figure out what Hodl Dog's doing right. I'm gonna scrape all of his meta
Hello,
tags.
KNTX. I'm right here. How are you doing today? Welcome to my crypto journey.
Day 351 of my crypto journey.
It's day 500.
99
crypto
without
journey.
water at all.
I'm going to stake for the 1,000th time this week.
This week.
Micro stakes. I imagine that the gas costs won't be very much in the future.
They will never come out. I'll never see the light of day. Freaking Hodl Dog, man.
Hey, at least he's on there every day. He's consistent. he's like
awesome.
Hexo, man.
I love the guy. I love the guy to death. I love when he makes it to our morning streams too.
And he's got that perfect voice. He's like that perfect broadcaster.
He's definitely got the good voice. He's got that Casey Kasem butter voice.
Yeah, butter voice.
Butter voice.
I notice also when you do search for PulseChain, the related searches are all correct. They go to like the next 5 search relatables are like Pumpamentals, Hex, Richard Hart, YouTube, Hex ETH, Nomics. I mean, really good stuff, dude.
I have a way to scrape all of his algo tags, and these are good algo tags. There's a few of them I haven't even thought about putting in ours.
Yeah.
Scraping them right now.
We're not doing too good in the algo tags.
Actually, we're doing a great job, by the way.
Oh,
sir.
Okay.
So
why aren't we number 1? Or number 2 or number 3? I don't even think we're in the top 5.
That's
if you use TubeBuddy,
a lot of reasons
copy all of the tags.
Hey, we got a new guest coming in. Hold on a second. It's Trevor Hoddle. How you doing,
guys?
Trevor?
Good. How are you?
Excellent.
Hi there.
Excellent.
Howdy.
RG3. I had lunch with you. Yeah, look closer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. How's it going, Trevor? How you doing, buddy?
Expecting hey, what's up, man? But
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks for the lunch. Appreciate it, man.
Nothing.
Alzheimer's sets in at what age?
I think it's just his vision's gone bad, guys.
Probably. It's okay. You saw that lean.
Shut up, DC.
I was just working.
DC.
Heard you guys running your mouths. Just want to say what's up.
Nice.
Good to see you, bud. How are you doing?
Living life, sir. Living life.
You still oh yeah, that's right. You're are you still over there in the are you still over there?
Please don't read the Dale Carnegie book again.
You're still in.
Yeah,
right? I don't want to talk to you, bro. You're still in, right?
Yeah, I'm still in. Yeah.
Okay. I know who you are. I remember who you are. I didn't recognize you at first. God damn it, you fucking guys.
It's so busted, dude.
He's actually a fellow Marine, guys.
Oh, okay. All right.
You gonna be in Vegas?
You gonna go, dude?
I'm gonna go. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna make it yet. We're still trying to figure that out.
I will be there.
Nice.
We'll miss you if you don't come.
Yeah. So how's things going over there? Are you still in Cali or are you?
Yeah, I'm still in LA. Yeah.
Right on.
Still here. I'm sure you know though. Yeah, it's probably the same.
Yeah. Well, you're in the sales department, right? That's what I call it anyway.
Oh, as far as that, I mean, not anymore. I did move to something else.
Oh, okay.
But I'm still in.
So he went from cocaine to black tar heroin. What's the story here?
Yeah.
Why is it so secret?
Yeah, does he look?
Why do I feel like I'm watching a Tinder game? Like, oh, what are you into? You know?
No, that's where I steal Papa Boner's his name and I put it to that.
Just be quiet.
Hey, Papa.
Quite right.
Hey, Papa.
Yeah.
Looks like you created It looks like you created a monster. Little young Hexter just tweeted, "I might have a future wife with some Hex. Thanks, Pirate."
Oh, yes. The guy knows quality. I mean, come on. She comes with quite the staking ladder dowry, man.
Holy shit. Look, we've already corrupted the young man. You know what else he posted? It said, "This is, oh my God, RG3, thank you so much for having me. That was so effing fun. I was a little nervous though. Richard Hart noticed me. Hex, PulseChain."
Frankenstein has been born.
Yep.
I can picture Richard doing a live stream with that kid just to rub it in everybody's
He's in the
face.
comments. Young Hexter's in the YouTube. You're not supposed to click on this video. From your, I hope you're logged in from your uncle's account and not yours.
Your uncle's. It's
not
time
safe
for bed
kids.
now, young Hexter. It's time for bed. Get your ass back down there and freaking swab the decks and go to bed.
Take a bubble bath. Wash behind your ears.
Bubble bath.
I asked him, I said, have you watched the show? He's like, yeah. And I said, your uncle's still letting you come on? We got to talk to those guys.
Right.
Oh, man.
Hopefully he gave him a talking to before he came on.
Oh, hey, he's on
These
the
people
chat.
are
Yeah,
normal.
Yeah.
Good night.
Oh, that's funny.
Christmas presents and birthday presents I found for kids that are into Hex is not toys anymore. It's give me the money. That's it. Let me put this in my staker app. I want to see it grow. They're totally into that. They're beyond toys, Legos, maybe some video game, stuff, but generally they're very satisfied with just letting it grow.
Well, it's like having a digital garden. The stakes are like seeds. They watch them grow over time.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it's our age. Could we ever do that? I mean, we're talking about year commitment. Like every birthday it goes in.
Well,
every year you're planting a seed.
you know what? It kind of like, I think that disappeared because I'm sure, Papa, when you were younger, like myself, we had the book, right? You had your book, your savings account. You went to the bank. You wrote in there how much was in, and you went to you had the little punch thing there, and it was kind of like, I don't know, it made you want to save. I don't know. Now it's everything's digital. I don't know if it has the same effect. I mean, I always remember going to the bank with the book and writing in it like that was a big deal, And,
well, that app really is, I think, the conversion of that idea of like the quarters in the little passport size saver book and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's the digital version of this now. I think it translates over really well. I think it's the same kind of inspiration.
You know what would be cool is having an app for kids where they do grow stakes into like a video or into like a gaming type situation where they can grow their stakes and then grow a certain amount of Hex and then put the stakes in, and instead of wasting money on a game, spending it on Hex,
Yeah, but I think those food apps already tried that with the little pastel colors and the yams and the shit like that. We don't want to be confused with that. We want the kids remember, kids like to feel grown up, period.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to cater to them as children. You want to cater to them as aspiring adults, I think.
That's why the prequels did not do as good as the original Star Wars movies.
Exactly. There you go.
But for instance, so say you can gift a kid some Hex, right? So for his birthday or his or her birthday, Christmas, whatever, they get some Hex. You send it to the app and they can play a game with it, right? And the Hex is still in the wallet, but they can't get it staked until they complete the game or whatever. And then it stakes the Hex for them when they complete the game.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. You know what I mean? Not to where they got to buy something and do that, but like somebody can gift them Hex and then they can play a game in order to get it to the stake, And then the more and more they stake, the bigger and bigger they grow, something like that, some kind of a savings game versus, like trying to make people pay for stuff. Have somebody gift them Hex and then they can put it in there. And then the kids could be looking around and asking, well, hey, what do you want for Christmas? Yeah, send me some Hex,
No, okay.
Just an idea. Just an idea.
It's okay.
Well,
Your idea.
At least you don't have to wait in line at Walmart or something, for all that stuff. Just send kids some Hex, man. Be done in 5 minutes.
I'm never buying my nieces and nephews anything again. I got them all Hex. I got them all 15-year stakes. So
yeah,
that'll be it forever.
I love it. Oh man.
KNTX, how is it not being the face of your business anymore? It's more of the back burner, kind of the behind the scenes. It's probably different. Huh?
Great. This is awesome. I'm loving it. So it's freed me up with so much more extra time, but now I'm busier than I've ever been. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, but it's going to be a good thing. it is definitely going to be a good thing. So we've still got 2 more prospects we're looking at bringing on. So we're essentially just 3x the size of our office as far as employees are concerned. Now we're going to be forced to buy the building and remodel it so we have room for everybody. But it has given me so much extra time to work on the back end of the business and then work on some of the projects that the captain and I have in the background. So I'm excited to dedicate a lot more time doing that and get better at this, which I'm optimizing our video right now as we talk. So your guys' discussion about gamifying kids' hex stakes was boring to me, so I figured I'd try to maximize this video while we were doing that. So, but it's great, man. Thanks for asking, Trevor. That is it's going to be huge because it's going to give us so much more time, or me more time, to focus on some of the other things that are going to help increase our marketing message to the rest of the world about Hex and Pulse.
On another note, I saw a tweet that Richard put out earlier today. He was answering somebody else, and he made a comment that he was building something referring to Pulse, and it was 90% complete on testnet.
Nice.
So I forwarded that tweet to a friend of mine, and that gets back to what Gary was asking earlier about Pulse. So that's a little tidbit that I noticed earlier today.
4 more weeks.
Well, I have a feeling the way Richard is organizing this is he doesn't want to launch the sacrifice phase too early because he doesn't want the launch of Pulse to lag too far after the sacrifice phase, because that would be a public relations disaster.
Oh, it would be a nightmare.
Yeah, if he had to say, 4 more weeks, over and over, like he did with Hex.
There'd be a lot of people that would start to get really antsy about getting a lot of economic energy up in the form of a political sacrifice and not seeing anything for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
no, it's got to be ready to go and, do
Yeah.
the sacrifice phase and then it come out after that. So
that's a smart play.
I think
by far the smart play.
because the last thing you want is to people to sacrifice and then have to push it out.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Well, I'm a huge fan of the 2 coin system if that actually comes to be. If you can keep your
I think it's huge. I think it's a huge game mechanic because Pulse is going to be of a limited mint from the get-go, and it's going to be truly deflationary because you're burning it every time as part of a fee. Then you need something that can reward people on a liquidity basis if you're going to provide rewards for liquidity mining. So a secondary token would be ideal for that. That can be inflationary.
Can you explain how the mechanics of that would be?
You could even make the reward be the deflationary asset. Like if you make the network fee spendable, and if you have some type of buyback game theory or buyback mechanic to where the fee, you burn 50% of it and you buy back the deflationary asset, it could, I'm just thinking of ideas, but it could be that your reward is in the deflationary asset. That could be another option.
Yeah, if it were to go to a centralized authority, part of that fee that's burnt, because part of it still has to be burnt and gone forever if you want to make it truly deflationary.
100%.
And then part of it has to go to the node validators, or else there's no point in validating nodes. So then whatever is left over went to a centralized party that could be used to fund the farming. You could use 1 token, but I think it's smarter to have a secondary token that kind of like a theta and a T fuel or a neo and a gas, and use that as the reward mechanism for liquidity providing. So Papa B, one of the greatest examples is if you had Hex USDC on the Matic network on the quick swap, then you were getting paid quick swap.
Right.
So you're not getting paid Hex, you're not getting paid USDC, you weren't getting paid Matic, you were getting paid an actual quick swap token. So if you had a DAO token or something else that gave it another dimension of game mechanic, I think that would be that DAO token would be a really smart liquidity providing tool.
So by that token, I mean, I remember the old Neo and gas days. Just by holding it, you'd be yielding gas.
Yeah.
So in this case, would you be locking up tokens, staking them, or delegating them in order to get this
in a
gas
liquidity
token?
pool? Providing
Okay.
liquidity on both sides of an automatic market maker would be what actually make you that.
Is it the only way
other
then?
token?
Is it the
No.
only way?
There's other ways to that mechanic could work out, but that's what everyone wants. That's what's gamifying. People are getting these huge rewards for providing liquidity on these other networks right now. And that's what we want that shiny, flashy object to attract more people to our network to make those extra gains that way. Big game.
What up, Kurt?
Okay. Oh, he's got the box wine going tonight.
Box wine.
He keeps rechecking the label.
Some cake bread sellers this evening. It's a
Big K.
Cabernet.
He's already gotten in. He's already a bottle or two in. Let us see the watch, bro. Let us see the watch.
Big K. It doesn't make it any less box wine if you just pour the box wine into a bottle.
There it is. Yeah, step into a Slim Jim.
That's right. Randy Macho Man Savage look going on.
What's happening,
my new PulseChain shades right here. Fucking rocking here.
Look at those things.
Oh yeah, ready to go.
Be careful though. We can see your screen like very clear.
That's fine. Don't worry. All my buys and sells have already happened. We got the lows. ready to sell those highs. Got some more watches in the future. Who knows? What's going on. How y'all doing, boys? How are y'all doing?
Good, man. We're good.
Not unwell.
Doing good, Big.
Me too, man. Me too.
Great.
Fantastic. I heard y'all talking Pulse stuff, 2 coins, 3 coins, 10 coins, all the liquidity mining.
However many, whatever it takes. 1 coin, 3 coins, whatever it takes.
As long as I get some of everything he's offering, I'm cool with it. So I don't care how many coins it is.
That's what I'm saying. Let's get it all, man. And I mean, why not? At this point in time, I like that system at least the coin system does. We were talking about it on Happy Hour. It works. It works across the board. We've seen it work on QuickSwap, on Sushi, on a whole bunch of different platforms.
Yeah, Pancake. We've seen it all.
Pancake. I mean, it's exactly. So we would be foolish to not incorporate things that work. So
yeah. It's just smarter to have a secondary token that's inflationary, so it doesn't mess with the mechanic of the deflationary token that is Pulse or will be Pulse.
Does that have to be inflationary though, or could it just be like a stable coin? Because I know on PokeSwap they have 3. They have Val, they have Zora, and they have PSwap. And one is more of a stable coin. It rises and falls with the price of Zora, and then they pay out one to the validators that half of the fee gets burned, and then another one to the liquidity miners.
That's the kind of thing that I was thinking was going to be a feature in the future. Was that it reminds me that you can call the names Zor and Zeep and Zop and whatever, but it reminds me a lot of Dai and Maker, and there's a relationship there between how many you're minting versus how many the system has in play.
100%,
and it keeps the stable coin ratio balanced without need of some third party. Now Richard's spoken about it many times that there's opportunity for black swan events or huge market swings to cause some issues with that, but if you keep collateralization relatively high, it is something that does work and has seen to play out pretty well. So Polkadot's doing it, Maker, there's several other systems that exists, and it's a better choice than having somebody with admin keys or multi-sig
that can yank them out of your wallet on a whim.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of that. I think that's pretty cool. So you're right. And I think that the liquidity mining thing versus the stable coin thing are kind of you could have pairings in that in the coin, in the stable coin and the burn coin. But I think that they're kind of separate. I think that the liquidity mining thing, you could offer it, do Pulse for this liquidity. Like I was saying, it's just a form of inflation, and you do it over a short period of time. You'd be 5 or less %
just
of the supply.
An introductory offer, just to get people hooked on it, and once they see the rewards of being a liquidity provider, then they should be hooked on it already anyway.
Yeah, and an inverse T-share kind of thing, where it would be introductory, but if it's a log scale that ramps down, then sure, towards the end you're getting way less rewards. But if the metrics work the way we would hope that they do and that they have in the past for other projects, then the price should appreciate enough to where people are still incentivized to be doing the liquidity mining, even if it is 180 days in the future when they're getting relative 1/10 the amount of coins that they would be or less.
There's going to be so many LP junkies flocking to this.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to, they love that new dope, man. They're going to be all over it, man.
Well, and something that's actually trustless, and if there's some reasonable bridges built in the beginning, ready to go out the gate, then it'll be game on. I could
look how popular Matic in such a short period of time, even though they were launched as an IEO in 2018 on Binance. Like this bull run and needing a second layer for Ethereum just blew them up. And if we can find a better way to do a bridge, because there's a lot of trust in a third party with Matic's network bridging between the two. You get rid of that having to trust a centralized third party, it's game on for Pulse, man. $1.50 Pulse sounds great to me at 10,000 times the supply of Ethereum. And that's what Matic's at right now. It's about $1.50 a Matic.
Yep. I agree, and I think that's. I've said, if you look at all these other blockchains that have launched that are trying to be either some sort of fork of ETH or side chain, parachain, whatever you want to chain call it. Polkadot, Matic, Solana. They've all ADA, whatever. ADA doesn't even have smart contracts yet, and every one of those have gone from sub-cent prices to multi-dollar prices within a relatively.
Did you hear the good news?
Multi-dollar prices.
But did you hear the good news though? ADA is going to pretend to have smart contracts in August. Cool. They're going to pretend they have smart contracts.
They're going to run like bro. I'm not. Is it like they're going to run virtual machines or something that are going to?
It's getting so pathetic over there. It's sad. It's really, really sad to watch that taking place right before our eyes, man. It's just like, oh God.
Some people, it's tool worship kind of thing though, because there are some people out there that really love the whole idea of research for the sake of research sake. There's a part of me when I was in college, and I was like, I was like, this is it, man. I want to be in college forever. I was thinking to myself, I was like, what could I research for? What could I research forever? And, and that's just, you can be a giant circle jerk if there's no. That's why business is great. Is there has to be a mixture of the two, because has to be some dude in a suit somewhere that's like, yo, can we get a return here or what?
Absolutely.
Funny.
I saw Cardano and an ETH maxi arguing about who's going to have proof of stake first with smart contracts. And one was like, we're already proof of stake. And the other one says, yeah, but you got no smart contracts. But we're going to pretend we do in August. And by the end of this year, we're going to be cross-merging our proof of stake with our proof of work network. And I'm like, yeah, I'll believe both of you when I see it. And Pulse is going to beat you to all of it.
Yep. Cardano started in 2015.
2015.
I remember.
Freaking ETH dev, man. He freaking was an ETH dev.
Yeah.
It's like, bro.
Yeah, people had to hold a long time to get to just a penny, let alone, let alone where they, and then it's been a short meteoric rise. What was it? It wasn't even but 6 months ago or something like that it was a penny or two.
Yeah. So you look at 6 years and Cardano is $1.40 or something today or something close. It doesn't even matter. All that matters is it's close. Dude, can you imagine where Hex is going to be in half that time?
Oh yeah.
Excited. Hex-cited over here.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited.
I love to rate David Morales. He's trying to party and watch us at the same time. He says, love you guys, but these Finnish girls are looking at me weird. Well, then you can watch the replay tomorrow.
Girls, not Finnish girls. FN
girls.
I'm pretty sure they're Finnish. FIN. That's Finnish girl. That's Finnish girls. He's got the Finnish. He's got the Finnish sun tanning league.
Sorry, David Morales is not in Finland.
I know he's in Miami
before he starts.
Where do you think all of the sun tanning model competitions are at? So in Miami, where he's at.
Actually, it's wired, not weird as well. So maybe there's some bondage involved.
Oh God, here goes the freaking. grammar police again.
I know this guy.
Who cares about spelling and grammar nowadays? Everyone understands what I'm basically putting out there. Come on.
Well, you don't even have to use vowels anymore, or
Exactly.
consonants.
Or and
With
you just
vowels
emoji
with
everything.
Consonants.
Poop emoji, squirt, and heart.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Yeah.
2,000 years later, we reverted back to hieroglyphics with graphics.
Exactly.
I mean, at least I don't gotta carve these hieroglyphics myself. I just
That's
gotta,
true.
Easier. It's easier.
It's a lot easier now. Yeah. That is hilarious.
So what's going on in the super secret PulseChain chat room? I've kind of like walked away from it because it was just fucking my brain up, man. Just reading and reading and shit going around in circles, and then oh nope, not that. Oh, that's not, and then it's just like, wait a minute. I'm just trying to figure out what they're trying to say, and they're changing shit up. So I was like, you know what, I need to be out of here because it's not working. It's just definitely not working.
For 48 hours, it seems to have been a debate on bonding curve and such.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
the goal is fair play for all. It's not socialist, but
I agree.
It's fair play for all.
Yeah, and I guess, but you've also got to reward, volume, and you've got to reward
early entry,
speed and haste and volume. It should be rewarded, and not that you should have a monster, advantage over everybody else, but you should be rewarded for that, I believe, and I'm okay with whales, getting a little more than I do or whatever, but I do believe in the fairness thing too. But yeah, everybody who's getting in early and putting in more should also get just like staking, just like staking. It was always.
I mean, it's an incentive, so
bigger and longer pays better, And if you had 150 million hex in the beginning, you got a nice little bonus for that, which was cool. So I mean. Yep.
So the brand narrative that I've fallen in love with about Hex, unfortunately, in some ways bleeds over to my expectation of Pulse. And what I'm saying is, for a couple of years, we've been talking about it's a finished product, it's a done product, it's an immune, it's not a promise coin, right? So I'm just very.
If you don't want a promise coin, man,
that's what I'm saying.
You're probably just going to want to keep your hex.
That's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is he's going to have to walk that line. Richard's going to have to walk that line about the differentiating elements of Hex is complete. It's operating beautifully. Pulse is a network. It is a fork. Developers already invested 6 years into putting the technology together of what this will be on launch day. On launch day, there will be a fork of existing investment, existing equity, that whether those other developers want to claim their keys or not, whether they want to claim their tokens or not, that's up to them. But it is not a promise coin on launch. But what is your expectation after launch? What is your divergent properties you're hoping to find after launch?
I mean, it depends on
$100 million to launch something that's already technologically there. That's my question.
Well, it's not just it's. I see what you're saying to some degree, but remember, there's a big difference between launching and sacrificing.
I hear you. I remember the 17 thing, and it was the pitch was we need this money to build some good shit in the future, and I'm just cautious about what people expect.
I don't think that there's anything that's being promised like that. I think there is some nice things about what Richard is wants to it's not entirely a promise coin, but because he does want to make sure that you understand that when you give him or anybody money, you are not getting shit for it. Don't expect any benefit for that cash. That shit is not yours anymore. Forget a fucking about it. That still holds true. So then let's go a little bit deeper than that. It's okay, why would I even consider that? Well, because great risk goes great reward. Well, what information do I have to base this on that it's going to have any sort of positive merit in the world?
So I heard that
these other assholes don't do shit, and this guy's actually made working products,
So
but
I
all
heard
that
this-
is still a leap of faith,
I heard this 100 times in 2017. I heard this 100 times. I'm in a different country than you. You can't expect something of me. We're outside of the SEC. If you choose to do a VPN, that's on you. I've heard this narrative before, and I'm not being negative. I'm simply saying, what is your expectation?
No, I think that like the only reason why you give any leeway here in this product or in this situation, there's like two main things that are like you gotta have to remember why we're playing this game. One, track record. I mean, like how's your wallet doing? Okay, cool.
My track
Sounds
record
good.
is Richard's narrative,
and we've done very well. Like everyone who's been a part of this has done very well because of that, because of following that narrative and doing the right thing in the system. So like that has worked. So like if there's another chance to follow a narrative that works, you can see why it might be advantageous to do that, even if it's not as concrete as a finished product as the first one was. I mean, that's true as it is, And now, like I've said before,
The track record helps.
There's all sorts of other projects out there that I've played around with and put money into, whether it be your Polkadots or your Solanas or your whatever Cardanos or your fucking all this shit that's out there that I've messed around with. That like, did I buy into any of that shit at the pre-launch? No, I still found value in buying it afterwards. So lots of people are still going to find value in like the product once it's an actual product and working, and they'll sit on the sidelines and wait, and they'll say, no, I don't trust all this promise shit bullshit. Now we have the foresight of, like I said, knowing that, this dude actually does accomplish shit. And if you're going to take a gamble on a roulette wheel of promise coins, this might be the best one to do it for the second reason I was going to get into, which is that it's directly beneficial to us as Hexicans because we could really use some cheaper fucking fees, so like the altruistic purpose of it also does, directly benefit us, which is a driving force for our participation as well. So like there's two real, in my mind, factors there at play that you have to give merit to that you didn't have to give merit to with Hex because everyone at that point in time had been burned by everybody and shouldn't trust anybody. Why would I?
I agree.
I called a couple tops.
I'm also just, again, trying to hedge the public sentiment that I would love to be a non-contentious, collaborative, kumbaya with Ethereans kind of option. I would love that. I hope that plays out. And I don't want detraction from the amazing progress that Hex has had in the space of being integrous, a completed product, delivering on its promise, delivering on its math effectively, of delayed gratification, blockchain CD narrative. I love that. And on the Pulse side, I don't want the brand of Hex diluted because that is a promise. At the snapshot, at the fork, it's exactly the same. Exactly. And there will be divergent properties. What do you expect of ETC versus Ethereum? What do you expect? That fork happened years ago. So what do you expect from Pulse other than 3-second block times, transaction cost effectively zero because there's not really any network using the system yet? So what do you expect is what my question is. So I'm just trying to avoid the promise coin narrative when it really is a promise coin after the fork. What is it, right? Do you see my message or my thought?
But I think that.
But I mean, it's always going to be unfinished because you're going to be able to update it and do things. I mean, so it has really nothing to do with the coin. I mean, and it has nothing to do with Hex. Right. The only correlation is Richard. That's the only correlation. And in our own minds, of course, because we know Richard made it and we're part of this community and we're going to end up being the Pulse community also. Right. So we're the only ones that are correlating the two. They're two completely different things. Right. And
so my difference is I see brand. If I'm a loyalist in general to Chevrolet or Rolls Royce or whatever, I expect the future car from that brand to be better. And so I'm just trying to narrow down what is the better. we won't know for a year, 2 years, 3 years, because they will diverge. They will have different network growth. You will make mad gains. I have no doubt about it being a success for financial or for speculative value or whatever you want to call it. But I'm just curious in general, because I love the brand of Hexicans supporting a product that's a finished product, supporting a leader that has demonstrated time and time again that he knocks shit out of the park. I mean, just amazing. So I think it's a high expectation that we put on Richard's shoulders, and I'm happy to bear that weight as well with the rest of the community. Thrilled to, actually, even with Hex being what it has to, or with Pulse being what it has to be, unfinished. But there is eventually have to be goals about what it's going to achieve, different than Ethereum. Other than
I agree, and like I personally think that, like I've said before, that the narrative hasn't changed. Hex was still the highest appreciating asset of 2020. It's still set, I believe, to do similar, if not more fantastic gains this time around. And I think that that truly the time, the monetizing the time value of money is still one of the best things you can be adding into any of these products because of the nature of how crypto works in general. So I don't think the narrative there changes.
Hold on, you guys, I don't think that there's any cause for concern. I think it's a cross-pollination opportunity. I think Gary's analogy of the car thing is an opportunity to become General Motors, and under General Motors there's lots of car brands. So I think that this is all going to be fine. The only expectation that we have to have is that it's going to be successful because of the previous track record of Chevy, and then Cadillac is going to be incrediad.
That's true. I mean, like you gotta go look at what's his face? Go look at Sam Friedman, Fried right now. That dude from Solana and shit. Like everything that dude puts out goes to the moon, and he's got like one coin after another, after another, after another. One hasn't watered down from the next. It doesn't seem like, not when every one of them's up, 100x or 80x or some insane amount right now. I mean, so like. If you understand what the ecosystem requires and how these curves work, then you're right, Gary. They should be a lot of upward motion for a lot of this. And I don't think that the brand has to be super diluted in the process either. I think that I mean, again, I really do feel like that Pulse is a means to an end, that we need to have to be a thing. And there's a lot of you don't just have to have a means to an end. You can add a lot of all the things we've learned in the process into it, and maybe even make it better. But I still think it's going to be a very tough compete to come against 15-year staking. I just don't think that's hard. It's really tough to come against 60, some people making 63, 4, 5% APY, whatever, on huge long stakes. I mean, good luck, and I'm not opposed to trying to knock it out of the park too, because I think that we can win on all fronts. I mean, I think that with this idea, we really, like, as you said, Papa, that really this is you have the ability to grow the pie bigger for everyone who has a slice overall, instead of fighting for an ever decreasing slice, size of pie, So I think that there's a lot of gains to be able to be made here, and I think there's even more in it than that. Even this ecosystem, there's already projects. There's one project that I'm thinking of that's already planning on launching itself on Pulse as its native token, or where it's launching its smart contract when possible. And I'm sure that there will be others that will be interested in that too. And I'm sure that there's other people in the Hex community that have ideas all in and of themselves that they might want to be able to launch a project on Pulse, and they will have the ability to, which is very, very, very cool. So I think that there's a lot of opportunity for everyone to find a place in it and really, really seek out what this technology can do.
So I want to talk about something that's more important, even more important. And Johnny Chaos brought this up on Wednesday when him and the captain were talking. There was a bet between two college students. One was, no, the best product is the one that'll win in the marketplace. And the other one said, no, the thing that'll work in the marketplace is the right marketing and brand placement. And it was a freaking pet rock, and he won with marketing and brand placement. And so this goes back to what Gary was saying in the Pulse plan, that we need to get on board, there needs to be, I like the idea of there being a treasury within Pulse network for certain things like marketing. And I think, Gary, you've hit the nail on the head. Vayner Media is where it's at, and it's only $500K to book these guys. I mean, they do Nike, Chevrolet, Coca-Cola. They've got big names coming to them, and he's already got a foothold not only in just the mass adoption of people outside of the crypto space, but also he's got everybody's ear right now in the crypto space. And you get someone like Vayner Media on board, dude, $500,000 is not a lot of money when it comes to crypto to get his media company getting in front of people. And so we know that Pulse is going to be superior to so many other products out there, or projects, I should say. I think it's the right verbiage to say projects. But you get something like this, a media marketing company that understands how to maximize social media presence, dude, it would take us to the next level, literally take us to the next level.
So do we pass the hat for that 500K? What do you think, KNTX?
No, there's a treasury. You have a DAO and you have a treasury.
Oh, the DAO,
and
right.
Yeah, you allow the Pulse Network Foundation and DAO and treasury, or whatever you want to name it. It doesn't really matter. You let them spend that money. Yeah.
How about for Hex? It's not too late for Hex too. Come on.
Well, that's the thing. You could even pay for it with like one of the node validators.
You could have DAO votes on something like that, where
like a percentage of the fee gets allocated to it or something.
Yep, absolutely
possible.
So you say you raise $1 million in treasury, either through the node validator process of validating transactions, or you wait till the appreciation of the treasury that's set aside from the get-go gets to that point. You have $1 million. It's not going to be very difficult to have $1 million in a new coin that's going to have all these emergent properties that Pulse has. Turn around and you could dump $500,000 into Pulse and $500,000 into Hex, have this Vayner Media run it. And they're not the only players in the space, guys. They're just one of the biggest players in the space right now.
Yeah.
Vayner took over basically Madison Avenue. They have firms that are 100 years old that have had these brands for a long time. And Gary knows enough about social media and impact and virality that, again, if a DAO basically for Pulse existed, and part of that treasury, again, voters, validators, DAO tokens, or however they do the voting stuff, I'd be all for it. I would advocate it like crazy, because that's what's been missing from a lot of other things that I've seen in general. They always have an appetite to reach out to the existing crypto crowd and get them to convert and change their religion. I don't like that shit. I prefer no coiners. I prefer the people I talk to. Like I had somebody, again, I was inside this conversation that you guys are familiar with. I had a friend that just took 30 grand, converted it into Bitcoin, like just so he could do Pulse, because it was going to be a lower transaction cost to just send in Bitcoin, and 30 grand. And it became 17 grand because of the fucking dump. Right. So it was like, yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Like that timing's bad, but you are in an opportunity of a lifetime, in my opinion, with Hex or with Pulse. And I'm going in heavy too. And my shit dropped too. So I just like the people that they're converting out of regular cash. They're like, hey, I sold this, I did that, or whatever, and I've got some cash. What should I do with it? That's the people I talk to, honestly, more than crypto people. I'm active inside of Hex. I'm active inside of these different Telegram chats and things like that. But a majority of my time is spent talking to people that have nothing to do with crypto, zero to do with crypto. And when they come into cash, they're like, what can I do with it? I want to be able to tell them that there's a treasury, that there's a marketing team, that this thing is not self-directed. I want to point to a Gary Vaynerchuk kind of firm. This is the people that are doing the rep. I love that stuff. They expect that stuff, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah, I think a lot more of that's very possible when it comes down to Pulse. I think that we'll have a lot of options going forward. And I think that, like, if you offer a DAO, then, like, when I say we'll have a lot of options, I think that there will be some, communities can offer a lot of thoughts and opinions, and can get some shit done. So I think that's great. I really do think that all that and more can really be, I think it's less possible with Hex because of the limited scope and like serious masterful trustlessness that there has to be in it. But the sky's the limit really with Pulse.
Yeah, no, I agree. This is a good point, and it's probably something worth talking about. But talking about the game theory, lots behind the scenes. But the fork opens attack vectors that did not exist by Hex on ETH launch. Starting Pulse is a different because if Pulse is up, Hex can with it. I'd like to hear more about this discussion on this. If you keep the EVM parameters that ETH already has, that is not an attack vector. If you take what is already working, all it is a consensus, and don't think that he's not testing that and having that audited on the back end. I'd be surprised if he's not. We know the track record of Richard, and he's not going to just rush to market to release something that's trash. So as long as the parameters that run the smart contracts are the same that they are on ETH, and the only difference is the node validator versus proof of work, I don't see that as an attack vector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said.
I mean, there's even like, again, I'm not pro Green Deal, but there's so much that like fits in with the narrative of moving from proof of work to proof of stake, moving to, things that already are in transition inside of Ethereum, the dominant smart contract network in the space. It just fits. The timing fits well, even if it goes into bear market on crypto winter. I still think that the timing has been perfect on Hex's launch during its AA, and then it's come to market as far as after the AA and realizing its value to others. It's these things are amazingly synchronized with the market swings that are appropriate for it. So I'm really excited about Pulse. One question I did have. Everybody's really thinking about the sacrifice element, and then they're thinking about however long it is before the forking event, and then they think about the bridge. How do I put money in or take money out? I don't know about you guys, but I intend to go in 2 waves. One is, of course, sacrifice, first opportunity that I have, and second wave is actually bringing new fiat into crypto, into Pulse on the buy wave. That chart is going to be interesting. It's going to have a launch. There'll be sacrifice window, and that narrative and commentary will be made by everybody in general, Richard especially. And then there's going to be a second narrative, which is here's the fork, and you don't want to see the Bitcoin Cash chart. You want to see this chart, and I intend to force that chart to start off on a good leg. What are your thoughts about fork exists, bridge exists, day one? What are your thoughts about that charting and your own investment strategies? Do you have something already sorted out for yourselves?
Yes and no, because the other piece of the puzzle I want to see is I want to see the fiat on-ramp directly into Pulse. Because bridging is awesome. Great. That helps us with the ratios will figure out what the values of these things are. But having direct fiat into Pulse seems to me to be way more important. Way more important. Because that's the one thing that Polkadot and Solana or whatever were missing at first.
Do you think this staker is the first ramp into fiat potentially? Or do you think something else, a different competitor?
I don't know, man. I think they're going to try to find a way to implement it. I think someone who has the right licenses beats them to the game, though.
I mean, you got to wonder how many, depending on how successful a launch is and how early we're not gatekept from things. I mean, there's a lot of value if on Pulse that other users can get of their other tokens, and Pulse being Ethereum users getting it. Why wouldn't some larger exchanges, I hearken back to the Bitcoin Cash fork. Many exchanges were not stoked on that happening. Many exchanges were not planning on giving you your Bitcoin Cash. They weren't. They were like, oh, I have to hire developers to give you free money. What? Why? The fuck do I have to do that for? And And then the market, the community outcried and enough, and I believe there was probably some potential legal repercussions of like not giving people their value there. The fucking most places caved, and like because of that, because of the fact that most places caved, I mean, Bitcoin Cash reached a pretty high amount. I mean, almost half a Bitcoin or something at one point in time for a brief moment, you know. And so like that, like if you're telling me that a bunch of people have even a tenth of an Ethereum worth of, or a tenth of their other coins worth of value sitting there, that they're not going to like be like, yo dog, give me my free fucking money. Like they're going to do that. They're going to be that. And there's going to be waves of people in droves that are going to be like, yo, I want my free shit. And like, who has the biggest bags of all these projects? Oh, I don't know, the developers, the people that are running the fucking show that have the admin keys. So like, why on earth wouldn't they want their free coins too? You know, they're going to. So like, why? What is their incentive? Unlike Hex, see, there's a big difference between Hex and Pulse, and the huge difference is this. You know what you had to do to get your free Hex? You had to get off your ass and do something. You had to sign a signature. You know what rich people hate doing? Anything ever. Period.
Yeah.
Especially if you fucking tell them to. Especially if you tell them to. Hey, do this thing. Why? Why?
So
No,
honest.
absolutely not. I will dig my
Especially
feet in the sand even further just to tell you, no, I'm not going to do it. You know why? What is their fucking incentive for your pennies? Fuck you. You know, so like that's so like it's. But if you then just give them the shit, if like they just hit a drop down on their fucking MetaMask and they're like, oh, sick, free money. That's pretty cool. Like they don't have to sign a signature, none of that shit. Well, they're going to play. They're going to be more incentivized to play if they tripped and fell and landed on money than if they had to like even for a moment reach up and grab it.
I agree. That's so helpful for our narrative in general. And I agree about, again, the fork of ETH system state is amazing. I love being part of a plank owner in a brand new thing that's never happened. It's fucking awesome. I would buy in just for that, I don't know, check mark. Yeah, I was part of that shit when it launched. That's awesome. I've been in crypto a shorter time than a lot of you guys, but that's awesome. Like a landmark in your life. That's really cool.
Yeah, and I think that it's better sooner than later. Like I'd like it now. Like I'm happy with Richard launching yesterday. It's like the less other people that are involved, the better to start out with.
Yep.
Like I bought all this other shit higher, bought every fucking other thing higher and not at pre-sale. So why can't everybody else fucking do the same thing, man? Yeah. I mean, I was explaining this shit to some people earlier that like there's some shit that came out recently that was on the cats, investors, one of the cats that we think invested in Hex on their portfolio, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try and get involved in that shit. There's like hundreds of thousands of people trying to buy it before. Like I was like 140,000 in line to get this shit. Like if everybody knows about thing before pre-sale, like it's not that great, man. It's just not. Like it would be better if we start the sooner the better. I mean,
I agree. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I don't think that the politics of stalling help anything. I think just the commander of the ship needs to fucking decide.
Well, and I think that it's also about the big thing that you guys were getting onto that is true is that like we can't have 60 days of dead time in between.
No.
We can have 30, but we can't have 60.
No. And I don't want to give the other coiners a chance to try and figure out some type of game theory, try to game it and try to maybe even come in and do something nefarious,
I agree.
Or just annoyingly have a full month plus of time to FUD us down.
That too.
The people that have been in Hex, like even if they came around 6 months into the AA or after the AA, and that basically it's infectious. Like our content is on spot, is on target. The character of people being public versus other networks, it's amazing. And so, like the stick-to-itiveness and the see a job through until it's done kind of thing about this core of Hexicans is amazing. And I would like that opportunity for people to get it now versus, 3 weeks from now launch or 60 days long period. And, I don't really need all that stuff. And I'm not trying to say it from my financial perspective. I just love this core. This is an amazing core.
Yeah. And I wanted to say something, Gary. I've often in my day when I have a few moments, I jump on the Pulse chat and listen to the chat. And you've been putting in work, bro. You've been in there working and talking to the new guys and putting ideas into people's heads and helping with the narrative. And then, of course, in the super secret Pulse chat room, you're adding your 2 cents. So good job. You've been doing a lot of work, and I know the whole Hex community appreciates you. Helping them out, helping to understand things, and doing it in your way. How you come up with a hot dog story or a freaking dog story or something to explain things. It works.
Real world example.
Real world examples, and I think everybody's been appreciating that. So good work.
So all right, Toby, we'll stop ignoring you. $4.99. Thank you, sir. We appreciate the $4.99. But if you ever want to tell us you're going to delay something you've been promising for 6 months again, it'll cost you $50 next time. All right. So just want to throw that out there.
$49.99.
Yeah, $49.99.
Fucking Toby, man.
Dude, I don't know what your delay is, but if you're not doing it, and if it's because of you it's being delayed, you need to hire someone to do that shit for you, bro. So
yeah, he did ask me for more like green screen pictures. I was like, dude, I sent him like 30 of them. I'm good. It comes out, but if it doesn't, I'm fine. Like, it's okay.
Hey, for the right price, I think Markable will be able to take care of you. He is a videographer.
Markable, yeah, Markable.
Get up, Markable.
Markable will tell you to go fuck yourself, though.
I only accept trust coin.
He's Viking.
Trust USC.
Where'd that guy go? You remember Crypto Kool-Aid just to come on here with his box of one?
Yeah, he's busy, man. He's building a video game, a big production video game right now.
He's moving to LA too. He was just out here last week, and he went back to Seattle to go get his stuff, and he's coming back. So he's going to be out here in LA.
He's on a big multi-year project right now.
Big, yeah.
Can we get a grudge match between him and Marcavelli? That would be so awesome. The box wine championship.
The box wine championship.
I have to tell you, like this Hexter Rico thing has been popping off. There's people that obviously they're not on screen on camera, but there's a lot of people that are Hexicans that are moving to Puerto Rico. This thing's gonna be really cool. Like, I wouldn't say it's the same as like the EOS crowd in 17, but it's a lot of people are moving there. It's really cool.
I'll be there in September. I'm coming.
Yeah, come on down.
Still got to get the wife on board, man. I'm like this close.
Dude, all you got to do is go onto YouTube and just put it up on the screen, on the big screen in the living room, and say, "Hey, hon, here, check out Porter." Dude, they got some awesome videos. I mean, all through the rainforest and all of the damn.
Every time you get excited about one, RG, when you're watching it with your wife, just send me the video link. Just text it to me.
You got it.
All right.
And and then you can go house shopping too. You can literally go on YouTube and go house shopping and start looking at different houses. And I want to build my own though. I've seen some nice plots of land out there in the Rincon area that I just want to build my own.
Yeah, people that like gated and private community, but super nice housing that feels like American cultural style of architecture, things like that. Like Palmas del Mar is super nice, dude. There's
that's a really nice place. Really nice place.
How's the traffic down there?
Rio Mar is one of my favorite places. Of the two places, I've been in Old San Juan and Rio Mar was by far much nicer than just outside the old San Juan city.
Yeah.
And you're right there. You can literally. Well, it depends on where you're going. You're using the back streets or the main roads.
I mean, like this is like San Juan.
The main roads, you got to. The potholes will kill you.
You don't drive in San Juan.
You don't want to be in the middle of a city or whatever, and you do have like you could rent a place or lease a place for like a year or two, and you can build out a finca or some kind of 10-20 acre thing in the center of the island.
How's Aguadilla?
How's what?
Aguadilla is real close to. It's real close to Rincon, and I mean, lots of surfing going on out there, and there's some pretty cool stuff like natural stuff out there to check out. Trails and caves and cool shit like that. pretty nifty.
Come back
I mean,
to
for
that-
like a city that's
come back to
not,
that thought,
there is
Big
an
K.
airport too. Oh,
Come back to that thought. Dolomite Hex, $20. Thank you, sir.
No, Dolomite.
Yeah, Dolomite,
Yeah,
longtime
what's
supporter. Love that
up?
guy. Good Hexican. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for your Twitter game as well, brother.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
he's got a mean
Has
Twitter. Game.
anybody looked at your blockchain wallet? Remember we were doing all that stuff like a year and a half ago?
Oh shit!
I looked at my balance the other day to see how much
shit.
money I had put in there and how much I've given out, like through blockchain. I was like, dude, that's like 15 grand. What the fuck?
When you were throwing
How do you-
100,000,
How do you make it?
Asking
Do, how do
me.
you make it do the
I was
math?
just like $50 to do a single thumbnail one time. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just use blockchain. I'll just send you like $50 worth of hacks. He's like, cool. I was like,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
yeah, it's rands now.
Yeah.
It ends in
Most
K.
expensive thumbnail I've ever had, dude. What the
Oh
fuck?
shit! I still got some hex in there. Oh shit! Yeah.
You have enough to get out though. That's
This
the question.
dude, RG3 is the master of forgetting he has a wallet and being like, oh shit, I'm richer than I thought I was.
I know. I lost all those. I found all those uni wallets. I feel like $20,000 worth of.
That's pretty awesome.
My friends haven't checked for crypto stuff in 3 or 4 years, and then they looked the other day and they're like, holy shit, like the market changed. So I was like, yeah, it's changed. You should like sell that shit and get into hacks.
Yeah, there's a couple wins like that have been bull market wins I can't complain with.
There we go. Okay, now we can talk about the delayed project. Now we can talk about the delayed project. Everyone just have a little more patience for Toby.
You
Wan. He's
dirty
got
little
this-
whore! You're a dirty whore. There,
Yes, he
Kinetics.
is. Yes.
Give the man
Oh, I am.
the
Yeah, that's true.
99 just a second here.
Yeah,
That is true.
Patiently.
like the
That is
legends
true.
of the night, they become all sweet when $99 is on the table. Yeah.
All right. In that
Nice,
case,
Toby.
in
Thanks,
that case, I bet it's a phenomenal video, and that's why it's taking a little bit of extra time.
I really enjoyed taking my Saturday afternoon and changing my clothes and getting in front of a camera for you. I really had a good time doing it for you there, buddy.
Love it. Thanks, Toby Wan. Appreciate you, buddy. Well, we do look forward to it. It better blow some minds, man. That's all I have to say. 'Cause
Yeah, with
people
all the
have been waiting a long
hyping
time.
up, buddy, this thing better be good, man.
I know.
It better be good.
I know.
I got surprises. I'm not going to talk about them here, but definitely you got to go to Vegas, dude. Vegas is going to be cool. There's going to be cool stuff going on.
I
There's
thought you were going to be in Miami.
I'm in Miami the 10th
Oh, yeah,
and
Miami.
14th, the Gammon thing, Kiyosaki thing. But I'm at the Vegas thing.
Oh, you're still going to make it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely in.
Oh, shit, there's some ETH in there, too. God damn.
You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it if you're gonna bring shit out. Otherwise, you got to donate that shit. Like I donate, on blockchain. I just leave it in there, dude. Taking it out, you'll spend all the ETH.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll donate that.
Here,
Maybe
let
I'll
me-
give it. Maybe I'll
Let me
send that
give
over
you my
to
blockchain wallet address, and you can just donate it to me and
I'm
Telegram.
gonna
bro.
give it. I'm gonna give it to. Maybe I can get it to young Hexter somehow.
Young Hexter.
Hey guys, I'm gonna take off. It's nice to meet you all. Nice to see you all.
Trevor,
All right,
good
dog.
to see you, buddy. Nice to meet you.
Later, brother.
Nice to meet
Nice
you
to
too.
I would have
Nice-
remembered you if I'd had lunch with you.
Nice
I-
meeting
thank
you.
I
I
appreciate
appreciate
Nice
it.
meeting you, bro. Nice meeting you.
You want to
Nice
have me
meeting
close
you.
to the camera, folks? I'll see you all in Vegas. If
Don't
go
you
there.
remember me?
What's it? Yeah. I'll see you all in Vegas if you go there, and then if anyone's in LA, let me know. We'll go out and get drinks.
Cool.
Sounds
All
good.
right,
Right on, brother.
Have a
Great to
good
meet
one.
you, man.
Careful drinking with Marines, guys. Just be careful.
Very cool.
So, Well,
Can I
we
buy
can-
it? Can I buy that Hex watch from you, Kirkowski? Where'd you get that?
Oh yeah. I can tell you actually the
Oh,
website
yeah.
and shit that you can get that hex watch at. It's pretty sweet. They make it in a couple different styles. They make like a clear one, and then that sweet like silver stainless steel.
Yeah,
one
I was looking for that the other day. I was like, man, I want to get a watch like that. Everyone's
Yeah, it's
like
pretty-
flashing Rolexes and stuff. I was like, I just want a Hex watch. That's all I need.
Can we see it?
That one. Yeah, the hex watch here.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
It's hard to see the actual like numbers on it, but like if you see it breathe when you see the
Mhm.
numbers, like it's like
Whoa.
the hex. It's like the hex like emblem. It goes up like breathes like the multiple hexagons like growing.
I love it.
All I see is the reflection of the porn in your computer.
I know. It's so annoying about it is you can't, because it's so reflective, you can't see. But I mean, maybe right there.
Looks
you
cool.
can
Cool.
tell.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's like
It's cool.
breathing. You know, the numbers.
That's cool.
What's the make? What's the make of that
Yeah,
watch?
what make is that?
This one's made by Kisaki. It's Kisai, Kisai. There's a website called Tokyo Flash.
Oh, I could
has,
just walk
like-
down the street and get it then.
Yeah, probably.
Awesome.
It's right in your neighborhood. Tokyo Flash that does. It's from Japan. That like they have a lot of different watches, and somebody designed this as like a fan favorite watch, and was like, hey, make this, and they picked it to be made, and it's pretty nifty. You know, I like right when Hex came out, I was like, Hex watch. Like I really wanted. Like again, I wasn't ready for Rolexes yet, but like I wanted to like I like. You know, I've always liked having a nice watch on, and so like I wanted one that fit the style, and so I found that watch, and I was like, oh my god, it's like it grows like Hex. I was like, this is it, this is the one, like this is made for it, you know. So so yeah, I found that one, picked it up, and totally dig it. But
What was this site? Tokyo what?
Tokyo Flash.
And
I'm bummed because Breitling changed their design. They changed it. I really used to like Breitlings, and they didn't change it much, but they changed it enough where I'm not enjoying it anymore. So I was a little bummed about that. I don't know if anybody likes Breitlings, but I like Breitlings.
Put a video link in the private chat of his watch.
boom, found it. Quasar. Here, I'll paste it in the link here, or a link in the chat here.
Anybody else been shopping yet? Anybody been shopping? Been looking at stuff? Freaking Richard
I've
made
been hiring
everybody.
employees. You guys are all shopping. I'm hiring employees. I'm building. I'm building over here.
Yeah, I mean that is the one other thing that we did is I have somebody who has been helping us, you know, like with the kids, you know, on the regular, which has allowed me to do a lot more businessy stuff and be working on the regular like a lot more, which was like, I mean, I still have, and then I'm not so, you know, like overworked and under, you know, appreciated at the end of the day, you know. I just, it's, you know, so like it's not really, I'm spending a ton on that, but yeah, that's helped out a lot with me doing other shit too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a housekeeper. We got a housekeeper.
there you go. I guess that's the term. I mean, au pair, I guess, is that what they call it?
But have you ever had a housekeeper? Because we have to clean up before the housekeeper comes, which I don't understand. But
Yeah, that was always the thing in my house too. What the hell is that?
oh, I don't know. She's like, you got to get this, and the housekeeper's coming tomorrow. I'm like, but
Yeah,
that's
there's
what
that- there
she's
it is.
fucking here for, right?
Yeah, you're like, wait, don't they clean up?
It's like,
What the
no,
fuck?
you got to get all that. No, she's just here to do that. I'm like, okay, whatever. All right.
I like that talking.
I got to clean up before the damn housekeeper comes
To clean up.
to clean up. I don't get it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, shouldn't I be?
see your dirtiest of dirties? They
Shouldn't I
wanna
be
see your,
getting
like-
it dirtier so that she can really freaking get
Get
some
our,
shit done
get our
here?
money's worth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I got yelled at. I was cooking in there, and it's like, you better clean all this shit up because the housekeeper's coming.
She's
tomorrow.
coming, and
What
you're
the
like,
hell?
what?
She's supposed to
what
clean
is-
this shit. I'm paying for her to clean. She gonna what? Oh, jeez, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm not there. I haven't got the house cleaner yet, but man, that sounds great. That I feel like
It's
that
really
would be-
cool because they come in and they like, and everything is just like, wow, man, this is really cool. You know, like when you walk in.
Well, I think I
the
clean
next day.
things, and then my wife cleans it afterwards, and I'm like, damn, that's way cleaner. Huh.
I
I'll be
know.
damned. It's
I bet
incredible.
you guys clean your dishes before putting them in the dishwasher.
You know what, bro?
also.
Yeah, if I don't wash, if I don't clean them good enough before they go in the dishwasher, I get yelled at for that too.
Yep. That's
Man.
remember that old dishwasher commercial. Why clean the dishes before you clean the dishes?
Yeah, got to get one of those like those Bosch dishwashers that are like as strong as the start, like their alternators, starters. Those bitches are incredible. You're like, what the fuck is going on in there?
Oh, it's the Post Malone comments again. They're Big K.
There's
some more
actually
Post Malone.
somebody made anybody go to hexmalone.com.
No.
No.
Hexmalone.com. That sounds like someone with products we don't talk about on here.
I mean,
No one wants to do that alone.
somebody put this shit up on my ass from Halloween the other year.
We're gonna put this up for sure.
What is it?
Oh,
Hey,
you'll see.
Hey Gary, what about
Text
that's
Malone?
really weird. Why is it doing that? Hold on a second.
Rojo Cabo? Do you guys know about that place?
Cabo Rojo is great for like surfing, and like slightly off to the side from there is there's one of those bio.
But isn't it like almost like an island, or what do they call it? A point, a big point or something?
It's a peninsula. Yeah, it's
Peninsula,
a badass
yeah.
peninsula. Yeah, that's my Hex Malone. Apparently somebody thought that was worthy to put up on the internet for me. Thank you to whoever the fuck that is. Big appreciation, I guess.
Apparently TikTok, bro. Apparently TikTok. So it's about the only one that's not really covered right now. And as many work from home passive income groups, if you can infiltrate them on Facebook, if you got the time to manage all those groups, that might be a good place to.
Yeah, OnlyFans is cool, but it's more of a one-to-one thing, so it takes a while to get through.
It takes a little while to you can't onboard as many people at the same time. I mean, I guess you could onboard as many people as you can onboard
as many as you can handle.
Not ideal.
Not financial advice, folks.
Nope.
On Wake Up Hex, we could use a markable groomer.
Yes.
Flea dip specialist.
That's what the monkey butler's for, though. To pick all the stuff out of his beard.
Nasty.
Any of you guys sailboat guys?
Yeah.
No, I prefer stuff with motors.
I grew up on sailboats. I'm not a big sailor, but I've my old man was a sailor. That's where a lot of the pirate stuff comes from. He was the old pirate. Yeah, we grew up on sailboats.
If enough people come to, I have a contact, actually several, but if enough people actually live in Puerto Rico and make it worthwhile, I would be willing to like chip in on a buy on a bigger boat, like a 40
nice.
What about a pirate ship?
It'd never be something.
I'm thinking more of a pirate ship, really.
Yeah, if we could do pirate ship,
I
might get into sailing.
There's actually so we've taken a couple boats out with some people, just like you can take them out, and there's like a website, Get My Boat, and you can rent one for like cheap, it's like a couple $100 an hour or whatever, and they'll take you out and drive around and shit. But there's one on there that's like it's a fucking pirate ship, dude, that we could all, when y'all come in, like that is straight up a pirate. There's two of them that you can rent that look like straight up pirate ships, and they're sailboats that have the full on 3-mast badass thing.
Yeah.
And
tall ship.
And
wow.
And they're not even that much too. It's like a $100 and something an hour or something like that. Like we could all do it for like
RG.
have like
Let me know when you're
14
going.
people
I'm
on
gonna
there.
try to schedule my trip to Puerto Rico the same time as you. We got to rent this pirate ship.
Dude,
we got to do a live stream from the pirate ship.
Oh, we can do a live stream from one pirate ship and the other one. We could rent them both and be like fucking the fleet out there.
Shooting the cannons at each other.
Now, on the other hand, one of the other things that I was doing, so on top of looking at my favorite watches, my favorite cars, I was looking at actually chartering one of these yachts, these mega yachts. And man, those things are fucking badass, man.
What do you consider a mega yacht? And I'll tell you if I've chartered it or not.
Well, these are like $100,000 for a week type yachts.
Oh yeah. Those are some sick ass yachts. Those are some sick ass yachts.
But the thing is, they have crew. So like you can put 12 people on the yacht, but you have a 32-person crew on there.
Yeah,
like,
that's badass.
Full kitchen.
That's ridiculous. That shit is ridiculous. Now like if you're not talking that sort of expense for like 1/10 the price, you and six or seven of your buddies can take a 45-50 foot catamaran out with a captain and a chef and a fucking first mate on it for like a week for like that price. It's like
that's a sloop.
If you want to go on a boat, it's not like. That's the thing, is like I love the idea of buying a boat. I'm all about it, man. Like but it's only for a flex. Like you gotta understand that like buying a boat is straight up a flex. Like
I would never buy one.
We are going to lose money if you buy a boat.
Well,
there's just no way about it. There's just no, like even if you're renting that shit out, even if you're like charging top dollar for a nice ass boat, like you're gonna lose cash on it. It's just
what boat is an acronym for, right?
Yeah, buy. It's like a big hole where you throw fucking money in, basically.
Bust out another
Bust out another 1,000. Yeah, exactly. I mean, one time I got given a free boat, and like that boat never caught. It was just the most expensive free boat in my fucking life, man.
Absolutely.
Like, there's
the two best days of owning a boat, right?
When you
The
buy
day you
it
buy
and when
it, the day
you
you
sell
sell
it.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Exactly.
So no,
right.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it at all.
Might as well just take some dollar bills and just start throwing them in the water.
Yeah.
I'd mount it.
But it is
I'd
a
mount it
serious
in-
flex.
Yeah, you get yourself a swimming pool that you want to fill in. Put the boat in the concrete and have that underdeck right there. That's the only way to do it, man. Friend of mine did that. It was nice.
It'll be there for a long, long time.
For a while.
But who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
It's 100% in there. You don't have to worry about patching it up or on the dock or dry dock or like getting the scraping or the repairing or the damn the whatever. We're talking about a 40-footer, but you know.
I hate all that. I don't want to deal with any of that stuff. That's why, again, even if you do have a crew running it and all the rest, you're still probably going to lose money on it, but it's still way better than, I've rented several boats and like, it's not, they're like rental boat. You ever rented a car, how it's like not that great of a car. It's kind of like, it's about the same thing with the boat,
Okay.
Yeah, but chartering them is where it's at because you pay the money
too. And
it's your
even real
boat.
nice charters.
It's your boat for the week, and it's your crew, and then you get to walk away from it, and you don't have to worry about all the other.
Oh no,
shit.
that is the best part. Right? No, don't get me wrong. They're like all the rough edges that you'll find on those situations are worth it because of exactly what you explained. I am all for that. Like I said, that is a much better option most of the time than buying one. Now, again, we go to $1 and let's buy all the shit we want, whatever, but like let's go one step at a time.
Hex Alt Ed, yes. The Hex community is now a luxury item shopping community.
Yes.
And Richard is the new host of QVC for Rolex. Yes. So we do that's one thing that brings up something that Captain and I talked about today. We've been seeing a lot of new Hexicans coming in, and the prices, obviously, we have this unit bias being early OGs that so much Hex should be bought with so much money. So your money should go so far with Hex. Well, that's not the case anymore, guys. And we're not. This $1 Hex that Richard keeps texting about or tweeting about, this is an inevitability. So people are still early. You may only be able to pick up 5,000-10,000 Hex right now. That's okay, because that is going to be worth substantially more than what you're paying for it right now, guys. So us old OGs, we have this unit bias that, oh man, remember when ETH was $70 and we were getting 1 million Hex for $70 back then? Well, those days are come and gone, but we're not by any means at the finish line yet. So
No.
So we need to keep reminding everybody that whatever you can get your hands on right now is a good thing, because it's only going to go up from here, and it's going to become even more rare.
I hear often people say, oh, well, got in first, whatever. I got in this month. I got in the month before. I got in the month before that. I get in every single month. Every single month I get in.
Yeah.
And, if you basically set it up as a staking ladder, or, especially with Pulse and things like that, is coming out as doubling that bag. Basically diversifying. If you believe that Elon Musk should be sending people to Mars, it's because he thinks that we should diversify. It's the same kind of mentality. You have a second back. You have a second option of what might go to the moon. And it's really, really exciting to be part of the community, part of the code, part of the technology, part of the money making. But every single month I buy in. I buy in. I buy in because I didn't sell, and I buy in because I'm putting new money in. And it's just basically the interest that gets sold off when they come out of stake eventually. So
there's two ways to look at that I was going to bring up. Is like one, like there was nothing better of a feeling to me after I bought a fancy item that is silly to wear just for the fun of it, than it was to stake the exact same amount of value in Hex for a 5555. That was awesome. After I did that, I was just like, that feels better. It felt better. So it's like I'm still very much an active participant to the system. In all ways that I can be. And not in that same token, like I believe that, you know, when we do these, when we start talking about like OG Hexicans start talking about goofy luxury shit, new Hexicans that are listening to us should be licking their chops, because like that's their, like our stupid luxury purchases are their discount hex, you know.
Yep.
Like
and their future gains too.
Yeah, and their future gains. So like it's a cycle and a system that works. And like I'm not like, and I know that, and that's why I, like, man, if you're ever even thinking about, if you understand that shit, you know, from that, like you sell any hex and you're just gonna sit there, like you're gonna regret it later, and you're gonna you know, that's just part of the game of it all. You know,
it's like Hexo's pizza.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, and like, and it's a lesson to all of us along each step of it. And that's why it feels great to be staking, and it's I mean, even the gains are great, but they're painful in and of itself, because, you know, you learn the you know, how the system works, and you know that, you know, anytime you take anything out of it, you're shortchanging yourself in some way, you know, so, and you're offering it to other people, which is also cool.
So for about a month or maybe 2 months, I heard a lot of narrative, different people doing streams, whether they're Hexicans or not, about this airdrop's coming, that airdrop's coming. What have you got to do? We don't really know, but probably you should move this money around in a bunch of different wallets so that maybe that airdrop happens. Everybody that's going to be part of this Pulse fork, you know, you're going to get, if you have ERC20s, you're going to get that. You don't have to jump through hoops. You don't have to move ETH through systems. You don't have to do all those things to maybe get a reward of something, right? A lot of us did benefit from the Uniswap, and instantly I converted it at like $4 or $5 or whatever it was into Hex. And some people like to lord and say, oh, well, the Uni's worth $30-something, whatever it is now. I was like, yeah, but my Hex is worth far more. It was
T-shares are a lot more.
Yeah, so my T-shares are, all of those, the narratives, they make sense. And so the same sort of thing, you have probably, again, I'm investment advice, but I'm saying I'm putting in because I think it's the smartest move for me financially to participate in the Pulse sacrifice. And and everything that the only time I've ever financially hurt myself as far as crypto, once knowing about Richard, is when I did shit that wasn't really what Richard would advocate for. Like, you know, the stupid.
It's funny how that works, but it's true.
That happened will happen again on Pulse. So I love the narrative. I love the content. I love what Richard has put out, what everybody has reinforced in Hex as far as Hex influencers is, you know, the only time I've financially hurt myself has been hourglass stupid ass shit that I've been around with. Shrimp farms that, you know, that like Crypto Coffee talks about. I was like, I never did that shit. At least I didn't do that.
At least I didn't shrimp it out. Yeah. Wasn't pimping the shrimping.
Yeah. Everything else, you don't know what you might get until after, oh, that snapshot happened 3 weeks ago and you had to have done this thing to get that other thing. I'm like, dude, you can front run. You can front run Pulse's fork. You can front run. There's so much opportunity coming up. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Hexalt Ed, thanks for the $24.99. And yes, friends, let's keep making new people feel welcome. And remember, we are all new. Hexicans like Gary who buy often as we can. Yeah, I do the same. I put my little $150 a month in, and that's where I'm still buying.
Yeah, that's the reason why there's a couple things like in my fancy keyboard here. I bought this sucker for $200 worth of Hex. That is now a $3,000 keyboard.
I remember when you bought that, dude.
Yeah, $200 worth of Hex, now $3,000 keyboard. So like, if you're thinking about selling your Hex, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it because like every time I type on this thing and I think, should I sell my Hex? I'm like, no, $3,000 keyboard. I shouldn't sell my Hex. That's stupid.
Yeah, it keeps you straight now, right?
Oh hell yeah, it does, man. Hell yeah, it does. I mean, and I'll look at my wrist and think the same thing all the time. You know, there's no better reminder to, you know, in all of this, you know, sure I'll enjoy it or whatever, but like at the same time, like it'll also be a better reminder to like the delayed gratification is way better overall. I mean, like it just works, you know. I mean, like and most of us OGs that have been in this for this long a time have been super lucky that like these mad gains and all the up has come in the midst of a crazy pandemic time when like you don't really have the option to like blow your load on tons of different goofy ass stuff anyways for like months at a time. Like where were you gonna go? What are you gonna do? Nothing.
Yep.
So like you better learn the lessons now, and you've got all the time in the world to do it. You know, some people got good at gardening or painting or whatever. We just got good at delayed gratification. You know, and that's it couldn't be anything better. You know?
Or the Symbian.
So
So anyway, I put in Bitcoin Trey's status. He says 1,000 likes and I stake 1 million hex for 15 years. We're at 980 likes. So if you guys could just go in and just throw a like on that real quick. Let's lock up another 50K in
Can you put his
USD value for 15 years. What's that?
Can you put his link in the private chat? I don't know where to find him. I'll do it.
So I gotta admit one more luxury item thing that I did. I didn't buy it yet, but this is what I did. So I want my car, right? I want a car. And,
yes, you do.
And I'm a Porsche guy. I like Porsches.
Couldn't tell by the young Hexter trying to convince him Porsche's the way to go.
So everybody, you can like your Lambos or whatever, but I like the 911 Turbo S. And so what I did was I went to Porsche, and they've got a trip that you can book to go to Germany, order your Porsche. So later on next year, 2022, I'm going to go to Germany, go visit the Porsche factory, and hopefully everything's there. I'm going to build a custom built Porsche, and then it comes here and it goes to a special place in Huntington Beach that's going to turn that measly little 660 horsepower Porsche into a 1,200 horsepower Porsche, and we're gonna make some midlife crisis happen here.
Smoking. That's awesome, dude.
So but what's cool is you go to Porsche, you first design it here online with them, and they go over everything, custom design your interior and all that stuff, and then you go down there and you get to drive it, ride the Autobahn and all that stuff with it, and then they box it up and send it home, and you go home and they send it home to you, and pretty cool experience, man. So I want to go do that and go see the old factory and all that shit.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Cool.
Are you gonna park the Volkswagen Bug?
Yep. Next. Well, I don't have a Bug. I have a Carmen Ghia, and I have a bus and a Carmen Ghia.
That's awesome. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and those two are both going in the shop too. But
nice. One of my best friends from high school has a Carmen Ghia. We used to cruise around a lot. Great car.
Great car, unless you want to have a third passenger.
Yeah.
Who needs a third passenger?
You can tuck them sideways behind the seat.
Yep.
I used to have a Carmen Ghia.
Yep.
And we used to putt around when I was 16. Man, put the third guy without a seatbelt sideways in the back for like a 1 hour drive. Awesome.
So we had in the back seat of my Carmen Ghia, you lifted the seat because the seat popped up and the battery was back there and stuff.
Yep.
You popped the seat up, and I had this trap door that you can slide open, and a beer bottle fit perfectly down into the hole so that you can slide everything out and then lock it back up and then leave it there,
Sounds like a glorified cup holder to me.
That's exactly what it was.
All right.
I actually hollowed
Nice
mine
little
out
exit
in the back.
port.
Yeah, I hollowed mine back out put big old speakers and thumpers in the back, and then there's also a little way back compartment, right?
Yeah,
so I
the
put
little
the
back
tweeters
behind
in
the seat.
there. Yeah, tweeters in there, and it made its own little speaker box, and the bottom was as well, and it was pretty good. People could even sit on it, so it was awesome.
Yeah, you couldn't fit people back there. And
Tiny people.
It was kind of hard on a date too.
Tiny people.
I got my back window kicked out one night. Anyway, little pop out window kicked out. Anyway.
Oh.
All right.
Well, we're close, guys. Already, I'm watching it now. 983 likes. So
Yeah, I was
17.
pulled up.
You
too.
didn't put a hex hashtag, so I just added all the hex.
Oh, I did. I did too. I'm glad you did. So I
Who
put
was it now? What was
Trayvon.
Bitcoin Trayvon James.
Oh,
So
it's
I put hashtag hex, I put $ hex, I put Hexican, hashtag Hexican, hashtag Hexican Nation. So
it's funny when people see Trayvon like for the first time since they've seen him at BitConnect and shit. I saw somebody put motherfucker. Oh, you again, motherfucker! It's like, oh, shit.
Oh yeah.
He's doing good though, man. I'm proud of Trayvon. I mean,
He's
as
a
far
marketer.
as chart reading influencer freaking trader guys go, he's as good as any of them.
He's
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
I mean, when he does his weather stuff and he does his little, I mean, he's funny, dude. He's
Yeah, he
entertaining.
is.
Yeah.
Crypto
His
weather.
content
Yeah.
is entertaining. That's for
He
sure.
is entertaining.
Sure.
It's fun to watch.
He's entertaining.
I dig Trayvon. I'm cool with him. All the rest of you guys can go screw off.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's gonna hate on people for doing whatever the fuck they're doing.
Yeah,
man.
I agree.
Like the
You're
rest of
always
these
saying later.
motherfuckers deserve to be in jail. If Trayvon's not in jail, then I guess he didn't do anything worse than the rest of them have done. So fuck off, everybody, and leave him alone.
Well, I mean, it's so easy because when you're a bunch of shill influencers, you know, it's really easy to point at other people. It's just it feels really good to be like, well, I'm not as scammy as that guy. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, you're right.
Not
There
that
is
I wasn't in
There
that
is
scam.
a bigger
Scam is that guy,
douchebag than
yeah.
you. Cool, great, you know, way to assess the market properly. You're not the
Yeah, he's a
worst
friend of the
out
show. He's been here. He's been on the show.
No, I like, and like, it's, I mean, is the people, but like, people are gonna, you know,
Oh, yeah,
judge
I agree.
themselves against him as if he's some sort of like, because of what he did, was involved in once, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just this is bullshit. You know, people want to take that approach. You know, they're stupid. You know, and like I said, it's mostly just a cover for their own bullshit. You know, that
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
look over there, that asshole. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
well, how
And
were
Bit-
your last?
so
price?
To be honest, BitBoys wrecked just as many people as BitConnect did. So
Oh yeah.
We were talking earlier in the Pulse chat in the voice, and you know, Naomi Brockwell has like ruined people from participating.
And
I
she
know
tried
the
to take
freaking
the
little
whole
uppity bitch
moral
that
high
she is
ground.
too.
She tried to take the whole moral high ground against Richard. It was bullshit.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
uppity bitch. Fuck her, man. I watched her attitude.
Yeah,
whatever.
that wasn't even cool, man. She, whatever. And I love how conveniently the programmer, the developer, gets off right as right before Richard comes on.
Yeah.
Well, after that, the aftermath of that was she was butthurt over that 5 minutes that Richard managed to get in, and then for months after, she was berating to everybody that would listen about Richard.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just that one.
It was the aftermath that was the worst part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was more cringe then than she was on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I had never seen her before that Richard interview, and I have not watched her again. I've got no interest.
Myself either. I mean, I knew of her content and personality, but I hadn't like spent any time.
Well, again, a journalist is supposed to have like journalistic qualities or training or whatever that is supposed to be, instead of about entertainment.
Crypto journalists.
Where the animosity came from, the sheer animosity that she showed, it was like, that's not journalistic attitude. That was like.
So who do you think is like the top like journalists in crypto that have any sort of
journalists?
Randy Hilarski.
Yeah, I mean, Randy does great marketing and has a great take on things. Randy always is himself and has real life experiences he draws on, and like is more than just a journalist or anything like that. Like he's very much a player in the industry. But I can't think like just straight journal. I mean, people that are like, oh, I'm on the beat doing crypto beat news. Like there's not that many that I'm really impressed with that have a great, who I mean, who I like is pretty decent. She did an interview with Richard as Leah Helpburn. She's pretty good. Yeah. I can't, but like, okay, name me two or three others that are like actual journalists that actually like treat this shit like a real. I mean, there's some people in Hex, and yeah, that was my next pick was Nerd Girl. It's like, I mean, there's some people like that give a shit in the Hex community. What's his face that does articles that I'm drawing a blank right now. There's fantastic Hex articles all the time. Taylor
Kennedy.
Taylor does great stuff too.
Yeah, Taylor Kennedy.
Yeah, Taylor Kennedy's amazing articles. I mean, but like, there's not that many out there that are like blow my mind. Most of crypto is, I mean, from YouTubers up to the, you know, the journalists are kind of, I don't know, I want to say cringe, but maybe just amateur.
Well, it seems like the whole field of journalism over the past couple of decades has changed from reporting facts to creating narratives. And, you know, people who get in this field, you know, have a tendency to get this attitude that they're authorized to basically dictate to people what reality is instead of just reporting facts.
Well, maybe people have been letting them do that for a long time, and that's what's worked, and that's what sells. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that it's good or bad at all, but like,
Right.
I find that people have been easily coerced and led down whatever narrative path. I mean, it's easier to hand somebody a torch and point that way than anything. You know, it's like, oh, I get it. Oh, okay, sure, whatever.
I know Taylor Kennedy is a Hexican, dyed-in-the-wool Hexican, but he takes a very objective role when he writes his Medium articles and some of the other articles that he does, and I like his objective fact-based stance instead of throwing opinion in it. So I would definitely throw Taylor Kennedy up there in the top ranks, the top upper echelon of people who actually do their research and disseminate information objectively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, so yeah, I mean, if more people in chat, if somebody else wants to come with some names, I'm fine with that. But I feel like it's not that, you know,
there's not a lot of them.
There's not that many. So like, I mean, it's something that can be a better, you know, that's easy. It's easy room for growth, you know. So if you want to write some articles out there, get on it. Yeah.
Well, we're at 996 likes on Trey's post here. Just need 4 more.
That text.
I'll allow it if you guys want to leave the stream for just a minute to go put a like on it and then come back. You just can't be gone long.
Gary's like, I was going to get on a plane.
I saw a tweet earlier today. A couple of maxis were wringing their hands over a tweet that Pope Francis put out about environmentally damaging technologies. It's kind of like an underhanded, you know, poke at Bitcoin. And somebody, I didn't recognize this one response, but it sounded like something a Hexican would say. And they basically said, I wonder how many validating nodes the Vatican is going to be running.
Oh.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean,
we're at 1K, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
There's another million hex that is going to be locked up for 15 years.
Stake that shit, bitch. Stake that shit.
I think it'd be funny to see Nagabo and Trayvon have a one-on-one interview. I think that'd be funny.
It'd be very lively, if nothing else.
Where's he living now? Naga looks like he's living on some island somewhere.
He's living in Mexico, according to what he's posted on Twitter. He bought a house in Mexico.
Nice.
I like his new Lambo.
Yeah, the bike. That's hilarious.
With the rusty basket in the front.
Oh, yeah.
Got a rusty basket and shit. Love that.
I'm on my porch with my plant. That's my plant.
Yeah.
This is the shower when I go to the beach, clean myself off.
Hell yeah, man.
Sounds nice. Rusty Lambo.
He put out a tweet once that some woman just walked up to him all topless and offered to be his wife for a week.
Are you sure it wasn't for 20 minutes?
You gotta be careful. I mean, as long as it's just for a week, let's get a prenup.
Still saved him a lot of money.
I got a friend that's asking to be onboarded. I'm walking him through something. I got to go. Talk together.
See you, Gary.
See you later.
Later, Gary. All right. Well,
I'm glad Gary's going to be in Vegas. I've been wanting to meet him.
Yeah, we're have Gary down there. That's cool. They were going to be in Miami, I thought. So I guess they've changed it to where they're going to be there. I wonder if
no, Miami's 2 weeks before. So
oh, okay.
But he wasn't sure he was going to be able to make the
I wonder
turnaround.
if oh shoot. I wonder if it's going to make it Coffee's going to make it now because he was going to go to Miami too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Miami was like 2 weeks before. It's going to be 2 weeks before Vegas that they're talking about.
Because I from a networking and a marketing position, Miami's going to be a much bigger opportunity for those who want to continue in this space than Las Vegas is. But Las Vegas is going to be a lot of fun to be able to meet up with a lot of the Hexicans face to face.
Well, I remember Coffee joking about getting a room at the Motel 6 in Vegas, so I don't know if that was before or after going to Miami if he knew about that.
That's great, yeah.
They do have one on. They used to have one on the Strip, an actual Motel 6.
I think they still do.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was upgraded to a Motel 8.
All right, guys. Let's call this one. It is 2 hours and 30 minutes in, and we still have no meaningful information as to report for Pulse this week.
Nope.
Hex is still doing swimmingly right there around 5 cents, just kicking around, and we all can't complain. Keep dreaming, keep shopping, and we'll see you guys all on Monday. See ya. Thanks for coming, guys.
Later, guys.